bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's gotta be biblical.
Hey guys, welcome. Here we are, Patriots across the pond and friends with our Friday deeper dives with Jason Q. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty
I'm doing very well, and welcome to another week of Nothing is Happening for the Black Pill Brigade.
Yeah. It's so hard to keep up with everything. Like I was writing notes and I don't know. This week has been really disturbing though. I have to say there's just been a lot of really strange stuff that we've been talking about and looking at. And Stu and I were just talking off camera that some of this really disgusting satanic stuff, like there's so much you can really dive into because it really does affect your vibration.
Yeah. It does, doesn't it? If every thought you put out into the universe has some sort of rippling effect, watching all that shit,
it does.
It's necessary in research, but you know, if you're going to sort of watch that stuff all the time.
Yeah, and you have to make sure that you counterbalance that with something, positive to get that vibration up. So, Jason, we were just talking off screen about this site you found.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Want to tell us about it?
Well, it's got a lot of shit in it, guys. A lot of shit. I mean, if you want to see a site that will bring you articles, everything about everything, there it is. In fact, I will drop it in the chat right here.
How did you discover it, Jay?
Just digging.
Yeah.
Because I started looking at these names. I'm like, man, these names. And then I started looking. I'm like, wait a second. There's a lot of names in here that are real familiar. So started clicking. You're like, wow. This shit got a lot deeper than I thought.
Is there one I can just click on that you've had a look at that's quite interesting?
No, I find it pretty fascinating, Jason. Like what we said to you, both of us said, how'd you find it? And you're like, just digging. But it's amazing. What kind of digging do you do to find this stuff?
I'm sure if you typed one of these names into Google, Brave, or whatever and stuff, somewhere down the feed, it will come up with this site and a reference to it, maybe.
Yeah, but you're not going to get, it's like they put everything in one. Like if you go to Peter Paul Stroke the First, there's Satan. Guaranteed S. It'll be under S.
Oh, his last name.
Yeah, it goes last name. It'll be STRZOK. Down the bottom, lower, ST, goes to bottom. Yeah. Born 1936. Yep.
1936.
That's the dad.
Oh, that's the dad. I was like, he's not that old.
Oh, his dad's still alive.
Oh, I meant the one we know. You know what I mean? The one that we've.
Yeah, the Peter Stroke. Yeah, that's the kid.
Now he was the one with he's the one with the. Was he the one with the girlfriend?
Lisa Page. It's a layer. And why do they call her a layer? Everyone, because they're all in cahoots with the Jesuits. They're lay people. That's why he called her a layer. It's the Jesuits that are doing this. And this whole thing, it goes all. I mean, who do you think started? Hey, well, here, right there. Who started the Haiti? Catholic Charities, huh? Yeah. So who started all the Haiti? It was Peter Stroke Sr. That was tied directly to Obama, the Clintons. Because remember, the Clintons got married in Haiti by a Haitian voodoo witch doctor.
Okay, so I got to ask you something.
Yes.
I was watching this video. Now, I don't know if it's real, it's not real, but it came up somehow in the feed about this whole thing, how in whether it's Hollywood or the music industry, right, they take the person, right, the talent, and then they hijack them, their consciousness, their soul, they put it into an I don't even want to call it a clone because they're calling them sort of synthetics, whatever there is, it's not them. And what we're seeing then is that these people are held, whatever. It was so disgusting. It was so hard to watch. But where do we kind of figure that the evil people are created versus the ones that actually are from, other, they're not human? Like, how do we decipher what this, because when we see all the people that were on the list that were supposed to get killed, you have to wonder, is it really the celebrity or is it the synthetic that they're getting rid of? And maybe the celebrity is held hostage somewhere, or are some of these people truly non-human? It gets so confusing, right?
So, this is going to get a little dark. Probably a lot dark. So, what they do is when you sell your soul, right? You literally they hook you up to a computer, Google does, and it's called the Soul Stone microchip, right? They actually implant your fractured consciousness onto another being, a clone, right? They have malfunctions and all that. Like you see Erica Kirk, right? With the eyes.
Yes.
Right? And then they go slits. Charlie's went slit too, guys. Charlie's eyes went slit too. So, I don't care what anybody says. I will die on this hill too. Charlie knew about the child trafficking. He was in on it. That's why they killed him. They killed him to make a messiah in order to keep this whole Unitarian church going in Korea for the child trafficking. That's why when they say, well, why was Obama in North Korea? Exactly. For the Unitarian church, they're all Moonies. It's the Moon cult. Because they think that Young Moon, he's dead now, but he was the father, right?
Right.
Well, the mother's about almost dying, right? So they need somebody else to step up. Problem is that who do they worship? They don't. It's all Christ, right? They say, "Oh, Christ, Christ." No, it's the mother goddess. It's always Mary. That's why when you think about her whole existence, down to the fake ultrasound, all that shit. Now it's coming out that her was her like a stepsister.
Wait, who are you talking about? Erica Kirk?
Yeah.
Okay.
That she was never pregnant.
Right.
Because she's like, oh, I had C-sections, right? Wait. Hold on. Somebody that's that vain about their body is going to get a C-section. Let's see the scar.
Right.
That's all we got to see. We're the kids.
Yeah, that's the big one.
So that would have been 2 C-sections, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, Charlie didn't want to see my guts or anything. It's like, they don't fucking puncture your guts. It's your uterus. They don't go in your intestines and everything. They just,
Well, sometimes it gets a little messy, but that regardless.
Well, if it's real. If
I
it's
had
real.
C-sections, so
Yeah.
I didn't want to see, but it's, but
No,
it doesn't matter. There's no kids.
Yeah, none. Zero. She's taking pictures of all these kids, like this little boy she was pictured with, and he's standing there looking out some viewfinder thing. I'm like, what? Wasn't your boy's just an infant in December? Now he's wearing my clothes? Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole thing with Charlie, and like I said, every show that I go in the comments on, I drop the deposition. I'm like, you guys really need to read this. Because once you see that he was involved in all this shit too, people could say, oh, he was all about Trump. It's like, he was calling Trump Hitler right along with J.D. Vance in 2017.
So what do you think?
Because he was paid by the Koch brothers. Because it all runs through the Bushes, the Bush clan, the Moonies. It all runs through that.
What do you think Cash Patel meant when he said, I'll see you in Valhalla?
Well, the funny thing is Valhalla, that has another interesting connotation, because remember, her grandfather was knighted by the King of Sweden at Carl Gustav the 14th or 16th. It's like, well, wait a second. It's like, but that's on the Franzi side. What's the mom's maiden name? Because now it seems that they're saying that Lord Franzi got remarried because he said the husband's around, and like, so then why didn't she change her name to that name? I mean, she was quick to jump on the Franzi name to hide that tie-in with the whole Rothsteins, right? Because once you see like the Rothstein, I mean, as soon as you see Roth, you're like, no. Because everybody knows, especially myself, Arnold Rothstein. In fact, fuck him. I made sure that I went to Game 2 of the Sox World Series in 2005. Because they have been on, because it was a big curse that, they took the money. But they're pretty much forced to take the money. You know what I mean? So,
well,
and now...
And what are they going to do? Like, if you think about the ball players, basically, most of them were kids. I mean, you weren't talking, they were kids, right? So what are they going to do? They're easily manipulated and scared to do whatever they wanted them to do. Yeah.
And you think about it, it's like these kids, they work their asses off to get where they are, and then they fall into a system where it's all fraudulent. And then if you don't play in the game, then you're out. So you have to follow the script. So what's different from that than anything else? I mean, you have all these people. I mean, think about it. They turn, gambling. You have the Mormons and everything like that, and the Jews, because the Mormons don't gamble. They don't do drugs or anything like that. But they're quick to push down others. The Mormons are way... I mean... And the thing... The Moonies... That's why I believe the whole Unitarian Church was created by the CIA.
Okay.
Definitely. As a massive child trafficking, because they had to infiltrate the religions. Too many people were wanting to find God and realize that God was within them. No. We needed these 1,000 points of light, these 1,000 pastors, and 1,000 churches. That's exactly what TPS USA is. It is the 1,000 points of light. TP, huh? 1,000 points? Sure it's turning point? Or is it trafficking persons too? Because you have the Ouroboros as your symbol. I mean, symbolism would be their downfall. It's like we've seen that symbol numerous times. It's no good. I mean, Charlie was a shitbag. Sorry, not sorry. None of us knew him personally.
Right.
But hearing how he abused animals and leaving dogs out without water in Arizona all day. Him and Erica, yeah. Remember, she's too busy building, right? Who else were synonymous with the builders? The Masons, right? So please tell me this whole Order of the Eastern Star where she's like, oh, all you women, you need to submit to your... It's a submission, huh? Here we go with the submission part.
Yeah.
just like the Mormons, just like the Jews, just like all of them. And when I say Jews, I mean the pure blood, not like the haves and all that. We're talking the devout ones. We have a massive problem. But I think that problem is going to come to an end on Monday. Thank
Yeah,
God.
let's talk about Monday, because we don't like to give out dates, but certainly we know that that's kind of a date that's come up.
Yeah, it's 19.
I think Israel's getting leveled on the 19th.
Tell us what you think. What do you mean leveled? Like, let's dig into
Like
that.
fucking leveled. Who was killing all the Iranians over in Iran? All the protesters. It was fucking Israel.
Israelis. Yeah.
Yep. Just like what they pulled in Argentina with burning down all those acreage. Because they're like, oh yeah, we're going to start selling. So what do? They burn it all down so it lowers the property value. Then they sweep in, they buy it all up. And then they have another Israel. Not like, South Africa. I mean, all these other places they polluted. All over South America. And then and America too.
Yeah.
And England.
I think I heard somewhere that most of those Israelis that were taking out the protesters got taken down. Is that true? And so when I heard that, and I can't remember who I heard it from, made me think of that was some sort of sting operation again to root all these fuckers out.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I mean, and how many times Israel's been popped for adopting kids from Romania is astounding. It all started with when Nicholas Ceausescu, when they executed him and his wife, for being communists, because they didn't want to have adoptions outside of Romania. And then as soon as that happened, wow, who swept in? Yeah. Let's see. More than 30 Israeli couples who adopted babies in Romania in recent years, but were forbidden to take them out of the country. Oh, now the ban is lifted. And this was January 18th, 1990. On Monday, 17 Israeli couples flew to Bucharest, and 15 of them returned home with children ages 3 to 5 who they adopted as infants. So where are these kids now? Why would Jews go and take Christians from Romania? Take Passover, guys. They need their blood for their fucking unleavened bread. These people are fucking disgusting.
So can we talk a little bit about this whole leveling of Israel? Like what if we had to just conject, what do you think it's going to look like, right? Because we've got a president who is playing 5D chess, and Israel's our friend and Israel this, right? So it doesn't appear that he's in any way anti-Semitic, right? So what do you think? How do you think it's going to play out?
Well, when everything's exposed, who do you think rigged the elections here? They bragged about rigging elections a long time ago. So where were they rigging them? In Venezuela.
Right.
They needed their Pax Judaica, because if they can't have their massive surveillance state, then they wipe everybody out. And Larry Ellison has come under fire too, because I read an article today on the New York Post that he had to change the name of his boat before he sold it, because when you held a mirror up to the original name, when you do anything mirror, it says I'm a Nazi.
Wait, who's this?
Larry Ellison.
Oh, Larry Ellison.
Yeah.
I'm a Nazi.
And he's like, oh, I didn't know.
Now, do you think this is where I start to laugh, because I start to think this is part of the movie. Like,
but then you look at it, it's like, well, you can't say you're lying because, well, no, we can say that you're lying because, you look at it backwards like NATO, OTAN, just like Oprah and Harpo Studios. Everything's in reverse.
Right.
They suck. Big time. And, what else was there? I mean, so much. I mean, you've got Trump reposting praying medic.
How did he post to praying medics?
What's that?
What did he post to praying medics?
Trump did. He retweeted them. And remember, it said that POTUS will retweet one or more times. And what he did is that they pulled the tweets off of X and put them on True Social.
Right.
Why? He's not going to go on that. He has his own. He has no reason to go on Twitter, X, whatever. None.
Talking about that, I'll just ask you about this one. Did you see this post from the White House? Whole milk is back.
Yeah.
And it's like this video game, but it's got up in the top corner 45, 46, 47, and 48.
Yep.
Other people have been looking into this. But if you look at that, it's got a double Z there, a Z there, and a Z there. Well, if Z is 26, letter of the alphabet, that's an 8. So that's an 8-8, and that's an 8-8.
But remember, there's the jump that says avoided Z and it's a kill box, right?
Yeah.
So whole milk is back. During his what you call it, round table, whatever, when he was announcing it. Something very interesting behind him. So behind him you had a man with a green hat, right? Holding the green hat. There's a bottle, half-gallon glass bottle of milk. But then the guy right next to him, he was holding a red folder with a gold seal on it. And it was low. I'm like, why does he have a red folder and why is there a gold seal on it? Then you look at milk, right? And you look at the drops, right? A lot of drops have like a lowercase I, and we thought it was iridium. Nah, nope. If you take the I out of milk, what do you get?
MLK. Martin.
What day is MLK Jr. fall on?
19.
119. That's a 9/11. That is also a 21 blackjack. Because you have your 2026 for your year, you a standard 10. 911 is an 11. 11 plus 10 is 21. They're done. Friday and Saturday, make it good in that MAGA promise, huh? TikTok, bitches. And plus, now they're coming to find out that BB has a case in his office with a COVID-19 vaccine in it. As like it's a trophy, like the pagers. They know. We know. They're the ones that created all this. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that poison wells. That's why they need to be eradicated. Hitler wanted to put them on an island. That's it. And have the SS guard them. Well, who are the SS? The SS came from Russia. They're the Nazis are the Jews that came from Russia. I mean, and then
that's kind of interesting with the vaccine because we also know that the bad part of our military was involved in that, in the development of the vaccine. But then it goes to the fact that who was overseeing our military.
Yeah.
Right?
But then you have to look at, like, when all these came out. Oh, you know what? Can you go to that page? You're gonna see where this is too. This is ingenious how they did this. Because when I saw that name pop up, I'm like, ooh! Now we found the vaccine. You'll go down to the bottom, and it'll be Sputnik 5 vaccine. God, these guys are fucking awesome. That's it.
Sputnik 3, yep. COVID-19 vaccine.
That's it. Right there. That's the one they used on them. It's easy. Warp speed, right?
Wait, them meaning?
Jews. Because remember, the Jews were, they're huge, hot, and heavy in Russia. Right? So you got to play nice with them in order to get what you need. Second. Hold on 1 second. I got to dig this out.
Yeah, it's so much information on this page.
Crap.
Just by clicking on one link. I mean, you can see that thing going down there.
Oh my gosh, look at this. What does that say? Go up. It said Russia. Russia approves coronavirus vaccine before completing tests.
Because the Russian vaccine they were using was called Sputnik, wasn't it? Or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets better. It gets better. Son of a bitch.
You got some homework here to do, Elisa.
Holy crap.
This.
You know, when they said they were leaving breadcrumbs.
Oh, they left the whole fucking loaf.
No, like I was just gonna say, they left like a bakery full of loaves.
Fuck, we'll take it. Fuck, we'll cook with it, right?
Oh, well, I'm definitely going to have a dig around in that later.
And the thing is, like, for normies, when you try to tell them some of this stuff, you know, just if you separate yourself, it does sound like we're nuts because we're tying together, we're putting together all these dots. But if you just look at it and hear it, it doesn't look like anything connects. You know, it just seems so random and so out there. So unless you actually go through and see how, like, all the digs that have been done on, you know, Erica Kirk and all this kind of stuff, but it's all there.
I mean, this movie is not for us. It's for the normies to wake them up slowly. We've said this a million times, but it's only us that have been watching the movie. So we have seen so much fuckery, and you know, I said to you the other day, Lisa, didn't I, that all the time people are looking in the other direction. I'm all right, Jack. It doesn't concern me. You know what I mean? These things. I believe, and many others do, that it's going to become more and more and more absurd until they cannot look the other way anymore. And whether that's a banking collapse and it hits them in the pockets and stuff, or, you know, they're just blatantly, people are lying to them on the telly when they know they're lying to them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, what got me thinking about this is that I wonder AI, I'm like, okay, what's the correlation between Sputnik and warp speed? Right? So it says the first artificial satellite, Sputnik 1, was launched by the Soviet Union on October 4th, 1957. This marked the beginning of the space race, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 10-4-23, right? Or no, it's 4-10-23. Overseas, they go day, month, year. Here we go, month, day, year.
Yeah.
So there's your 23 pane, 57, right? Now, it says Sputnik's launch demonstrated significant technological prowess and initiated a new era of space exploration, leading to advancements in various fields, including telecommunications and scientific research. Then it goes to warp speed. Warp speed is a fictitious concept, and it's in bold. Fictitious. Popularized by the Star Trek franchise, signifying faster than light travel using warp drive technology, right? So it says that both terms embody the quest for discovery in space. Sputnik paved the way for real-world space exploration, while warp speed represents the potential future of interstellar travel. They represent different aspects of humanity's journey in space, one through the lens of historical achievement and the other as a speculative vision of what might be possible in the future. It's all about exploration and technological advancements in the realms of reality and fiction. SCIF in the drops with the F in a kill box. Everything's true. Because look at warp speed. That's a WS, right? Well, the S in speed is already Sputnik, right? Why would they call it the Sputnik 5? What's a caret, right? Well, that's a 5. So you have 5-0, 4-1, 3-2, or 2-3, right? Either way, your W is a 23. It's still a 5. Right there. Now, you can you pull that back up again? Because remember, it's a hot month, right? So,
do you want the vaccine page?
Yes. Scroll down a little bit. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Right there. Oh, up. Right there. So, funny thing is that It is the world's first registered combination vector vaccine for the prevention of COVID-19, having been registered on August 11, 2020 by the Russian Ministry of Health. So it's a combination vector vaccine. CVV, right? You already know it's a vaccine, right? So it's a combination vector. So 322. Cute. Now, the V in its name refers to victory, and then it has in kill box over COVID-19. According to who?
Kirill.
Yeah.
Yes.
So please tell me again, the V is victory over who? Because the thing is, wasn't that from Star Trek II, Live Long and Prosper, the Vulcans? Where are the Vulcans located? Birmingham, Alabama. Oh.
I can't do that Vulcan thing.
Then it says the Sputnik 5 is currently registered and certified in 71 countries. Funny thing is that it was not adopted in the United States or Britain. Odd. Then it goes to medical uses. A little bit down. So the tricky part about this is that it says that the lipophilized formulation of GAM COVID vac is similar to the smallpox vaccine. Back in mind, circumventing the need for continuous cold chain or cold chain storage as required for Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna vaccines, and allowing transportation to remote locations with reduced risk of vaccine spoilage. Yeah. Why is that so important? Mossad has a lot of agents all around in their remote locations. So, they got their shot because they were really proud of that shot, right? Remember, Israel's 100% vaccinated, guys.
Right.
100%. But yet, their birth rate skyrocketed. Why? Every other country, it went down.
Wait, I just want to ask you, when they talked about, because I remember that from back in the day when all this was happening, about the refrigeration. And they had said that the, quote, vaccines that were coming through the United States were not refrigerated, most of them. They didn't end up being kept at the right temperature.
It was minus 70 degrees, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you think about what? I mean, no pharmacy has that.
Right.
You can't. I mean, it's all this was a massive just amygdala hijacking like nobody's ever seen. Just to see how the it was like a trial. Then they're like, oh, there's something more to the COVID. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
Like a litmus test, right?
Yep.
Who are the idiots and who are the ones that can see through it?
Yeah. Yeah, because there was no flu. Nobody had the flu that year. Yeah. 2020, it's weird. Now, it says also, remember, it has to be done twice. On August 11th, 2021, a year, think about it. The developers of Sputnik 5 vaccine offered its Sputnik Light vaccine to Pfizer for trial against the Delta variant. Says that on June 20th, 2021, the director of the Gamaleya Institute, Denis Lognov, said that Sputnik 5 is about 90% effective against the Delta variant, right? Then on August 11th, the health minister, Mikhail Murashko, said its effectiveness is 83%. 83 is an 11, and then the 9 is a 9. Let's see. There's another one here. So, the Sputnik 5 will be manufactured in South Korea, Moonies, initially just for export, but in April 2020, when the Ministry of Food and Drug Safety started a preliminary review for possible domestic use, the vaccine is to be exported to Russia, Algeria, Argentina, Hungary, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates. Argentina became the first Latin American country to produce it. And what do they have a lot in Argentina? Yeah, them. Because you think about it, the United Arab Emirates, I mean, they're filthy too. I mean, it's almost like there's something in this so that if you did ingest any human blood, like constantly, bye-bye. It's a perfect way to nail it.
So wait, go ahead.
No, do you reckon then that we've obviously heard about this? Potentially, the white hats might have got hold of a lot of the adrenochrome and tainted it, right? And giving it back to these fuckers or whatever, so that they poisoned themselves. Do you think something similar might have gone on with this vaccine rollout, that the good guys were behind a lot of it and pushed it out to the real people that, yeah.
I mean, if you scroll to the bottom, there's an article here. It's like all the way at the bottom. Up. Right here. Russia approves coronavirus vaccine before completing tests. The country became the first in the world to approve a possible vaccine against the virus, despite warnings from the global authorities against cutting corners. So, isn't it funny when they started rolling out, Trump's like, hey, they're done. They're done 5 years ahead of schedule. Huh? So, and that was in 2020, but now in 2020, in August of 2020, now they're saying, oh, well, cutting corners and before completing tests. None of you guys complete tests on any of this anyways. So you're going to dog rush on it. Well, because of the whole, the Russia Undesirables Act. 2012, 2015. It kicked all the NGOs out. That's what they had to do. That's it. Done. Then we go back to the 4-10-20 in the drops, right?
Yeah.
And if you go out of this and you go up to people, go to T's. Right, Dr. Jeffrey Taubenberger.
I think he's this first one.
First one.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. There's our DJT. Dr. Jeffrey Taubenberger, born 1961. Here's your 17. Look at the second residence address, and fourth residence address. 33, South 33 North and 33 North Drive. Right? This guy, he was born in Germany, is an American biologist with Anne Reed. He was the first to sequence the genome of the influenza virus, which caused the 1918 pandemic of Spanish flu. So when they say smallpox, right? Difference between smallpox and Spanish flu, nothing. Third son of an army officer, huh? Here we go with the army again. Because also, what was the PCR test? They were using the PCR test to harvest DNA in order to clone. That's what the PCR test was made for. So it was originally made for. NIH has it documented. It's all in these it's all in these packets. I mean,
wow.
Then you look at go to James Henry Rand III.
Would that be under R?
Yes.
You know, I don't remember where I heard it.
On. Sorry, just a second.
No, the other one. Yep.
But remember, another kind of conspiracy / rumor was that these vaccines were meant to kill anybody that had the blood of non-humans.
Yeah, I mean, thing is that, I mean, all the vaccine, I mean, because this is, that vaccine is all, fuck the Jews, fuck the Jews, period. Done. I'm done with all of them. They can all eat shit at this point. Because when people start seeing all this stuff coming out about them, all these full-blooded just level them. Because they're the ones that created all this fucking mess in America. Every bit of it, down to the fucking transgenderism, transhumanism. You look back at everybody that's involved, it always says Jew. Jew. At one point, you start recognizing like a massive pattern going, but you can't say shit about them. But then they could call you Goyim. They could wish death upon everyone. But then you say anything about them, they hide behind that religion. But I think Putin is about to bust out the Holocaust in a big way. Because what he just did is he recognized all the Russians that were slaughtered during the whole Red Army shit. And the Jews are like, well, why aren't any Jews listed? Well, why would we list the murderers? That was where the SS came from.
Wow.
The SS came from Russia, Soviet Union. But now, see this James Henry Rand, the Rand Corporation?
Yeah.
But see, this is the Rand Development Corporation. Because James Henry Rand invented a lot of shit. Right? So, I would look at this as being a wonderland. Right? Did you know that James Henry Rand actually created the cure for cancer back in 19... you scroll down some? And just keep on scrolling. Who's the articles? Right here. Up. Right there. Rand devised, developer banned vaccine. Banned. Developer of the controversial Rand cancer vaccine that was banned by the federal government. You sure it's the federal government? Because when you look down 2 articles, it says the CIA. So this guy dies, right? There's your wonderland. Because scroll all the way back up to the top. Now click on associations. Rand Development Corp Cancer Vaccine. Yeah, right there. Now, look at 1957. Salk cancer vaccine with who? So who's Alice in Wonderland again? It's Rand and the Rand Development Corporation. Now, when you think Saudi and the bloody Wonderland, now you think of the Rand Corporation. Because they don't develop anything, they destroy everything. And they actually banned us. He used it on himself. And seems like they got really pissed about it. Because it actually worked.
I wonder if it's Alice in Wonderland.
I mean, this is... Because whenever I see Rand Corporation now, I'm like, oh, fuck them, right?
Yeah.
But they took the namesake and they created something that nobody would ever look back at James Henry Rand III and realize that he's the one that cured cancer. Now, you look at all the drops, the 7 drops in it. What if cures already exist? Right here.
Do you remember when RFK Jr. said he was talking about the jab and there was some sort of evidence that certain groups of people were immune from it? It had been engineered that they were immune from it, i.e. Ashkenazi Jews. Do you remember him saying that?
No.
I remember him saying something like that. I just think, what if it was the exact opposite? And some good guys got behind it and engineered it the other way.
Space Force did. We have the documentation on that. It proves that Space Force did manipulate the vaccine in order to off them. Because isn't it funny that Space Force released it and then Sputnik 5? I mean, it just...
I'll see if I can find that. I'll see if I can find him talking about that later.
You know, I was just doing a really quick search just to, like on Rand, and he, first of all, he's from New York, I think, and he lived in New York, and he really did. He developed so much shit.
I know. I mean, the razor, the Remington razor. I mean,
yeah,
a lot. I mean, the man was just. I mean, he was a creator, and they could not have that because we don't want Goyim creating shit.
He sounds like he was a medical Nikola Tesla, really.
And
well, in beyond medical, just like so many areas that he was in, right? I mean, he was.
Just read out a few other things he's done.
So he, let's see, he did. I'm trying to go in order here without. There's a lot of information here. The razor, like Remington, right? He also did, let's see, he invented the automatic washer, the first Remington shaver, a non-leaking faucet valve, medical impregnated cloth called Millium used to line coats. He was co-inventor of a defibrillator and respirator for chest surgery. By 1951, at age 38, he had 100 inventions to his credit. He also was instrumental, I just see this, with the developing of the iron lung. He testified before the House Government Operations Subcommittee about the cancer-producing effects of tobacco product. He testified that the corporation had produced a cigarette paper that had dropped the cancer-producing material by 60%. The cigarette paper was not on the market, but a company in France was making cigarettes with it. He also worked in the mid-60s on the controversial cancer vaccine and began marketing it in 1966. In 1967, the federal government took his firm to U.S. District Court and won a ban due to not enough testing on animals first, and manufacturing, they determined, was performed under unsanitary conditions. They banned the vaccine's manufacture and use in the United States. The cancer vaccine never came available to the public. The trial was fraught with desperate cancer patients pleading to continue use of the vaccine. You know something? This just fucking pisses me off because they can put aborted baby cells. They could put aluminum and all these other metals, right? That's okay.
Yeah.
And in the process of doing all that and putting all that shit that breaks the brain barrier and all that other stuff, they could kill, thousands and thousands of animals with this ridiculous testing that they do, right? And then obviously they stop that. But what I wonder is, which would be really interesting to figure out, is what did this vaccine consist of? Because today, jump to 2025-26, we've got things like ivermectin and fenbendazole, right? And some of the other protocols that are healing cancer. So you have to wonder that there had to be some connection, and that there maybe chlorine dioxide, to know what was in that vaccine was probably the very simplest of natural stuff that we're now finding out gets rid of cancer, right?
Yeah. Well.
Now he went bankrupt. Anyway, they were indicting him on all kinds of charges of stock manipulation and mail fraud. They were later dropped in 1970 because they were based on the 1967 vaccine ban case that Rand had testified in and violated his rights against self-incrimination. An improved version of the vaccine was later tested in Mexico and showed some excellent results. Rand said in a 1977 interview, the results of the tests were published in Austria, but not accepted in this country. His Rand Development went bankrupt in 1972, and the assets, contents of labs, and offices sold at auction. Yeah, I bet they were sold at auction, right? God knows who has them.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just goes into how brilliant he was as a young boy. He went to, he ran away from the Peekskill Military Academy in New York because he felt he couldn't learn enough about science. It tells about his, what he did, and that he returned to the military academy, which he completed in 2 years instead of the usual 4. So this guy was truly brilliant. He went to the University of Vienna and the University of Berlin. He enrolled in the University of Virginia at age 16 and completed his freshman year in his first year of medical school. I mean, this guy was brilliant.
Beyond brilliant. I mean, you want to talk about somebody that's going to change the world, and they do it every time. In fact, if you go back, because it even says right here. So,
wait, you want to hear more? Listen to this.
Oh, yeah.
In his early 20s, he put together a chain of 58 radio stations that was later sold to a larger company. His first invention was an instrument to mix the cabin atmosphere in the airplane with hydrogen, enabling pilots to get the correct mix of oxygen while flying. I mean,
what?
Fucking genius.
Beyond, I mean,
he worked as a spy with the French underground until 1942, when he joined the Army Air Corps and the Office of Strategic Services. And he worked in the White House map room until President aide Harry Hopkins discovered that he was the son of a prominent Republican and was banished.
Whoa. Back that sentence up. Where did he work?
White House.
He worked, okay, so he had a distinguished World War II record. He worked as a spy with the French underground until 1942, when he joined the Army Air Corps and the Office of Strategic Services. He worked in the White House map room till President...
map, it's him. Learn to read the map. It goes right back to Rand III, that he had the cancer vaccine the whole time. Learn to read the map. The map is a guide, because it even tells you in here what it is. Rand said the serum is made by taking human cancer cells, injecting them in horses, then taking cells from the various tumorous bodies created by the human cells, and putting them in a serum with gamma globulin and a salt solution. That was the cure. And then they have, all these, let's see, was it August 19th, 1966. Stock jumps on cancer cure rumor. August 20, 1966.
Do you want to hear some more about this guy? Because it kind of keeps going with the whole military.
Yeah.
So after they found out that he was the son of a prominent Republican and was banished by presidential aid, so 1942. So 1942 was that Truman yet? Or was that still Roosevelt? Anyway,
Roosevelt, I think.
He was Democrat, right?
In the middle of the Second World War, that.
Yeah. He then became assistant chief of guided missiles, assigned to the guided missile section in Sicily and Italy. He captured several enemy radar stations. Before the capitulation of Berlin, Rand, as a member of a secret mission, entered the city and brought out several German scientists to America. As a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army, Rand flew the first plane to carry guided missiles in combat and received many decorations, including the Legion of Merit, the Bronze Star, 10 battle stars in the European theater, and the Merit Ribbon. He was past president of the Cleveland Museum of Natural History and chairman of the 1949 Heart Campaign. He had an honorary doctorate from Bethany College, and the Cleveland Jaycees named him 1949 Young Man of the Year. He founded the Cleveland Heart Society in 1953 and was founding member of the National Inventors Council. His wife filed for separation in 1961, stating that her husband was guilty of gross neglect of duty. Rand had not paid her support money or given her funds to operate the home. And let me just see what else they said here. He had diabetes since age 38 and was using a heart pacemaker since 1974. He died in 1978 of abdominal cancer, the disease he tried to conquer. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
He used his cancer vaccine on himself.
Yep. And it was working. Because they don't remember, it was working on Alice. Alice ended up surviving. Wow.
Where are you reading that, Elisa?
I'll put the little link in the chat here, so if anybody's interested.
This
it popped up like when I just did a quick search. Like
yeah, so I didn't realise I changed screen. Then I was putting a comment in the chat. I didn't realise I'd changed the screen.
Also, if you can go back to that rant, and we're gonna prove it in the drops that this is it. And why does it have a big H on it, right? So you have to go to Rand Development Corp cancer vaccine.
This one here?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Next
one over at the top. No, top. Not that link. Go down the link. Nope. That one right there. Now keep on scrolling down. Keep on scrolling down for a little bit. Okay, hold up right there. See right there, cancer vaccine term safe. Nice. Keep on scrolling down. This is where it starts getting shitty. Cancer vaccine still improved. Public told. The public were told through the media they'll still improve. Even though people in Mexico, positive results, everything. All right, go ahead and keep on scrolling down. Right there. Okay. No, whoa. Up a little bit. Up. Right there. Okay. Doctors urge caution on cancer cure vaccine. Now scroll down just a little bit at that map, right? Learn to read the map, right? That was in August. Isn't August usually a hot month?
Not a lot of hot. Can I just tell you something too that is just another brainwashing? Let's just suppose that this was in its testing stages. Let's just say he had unsanitary conditions, or whatever they said. Who the fuck cares if you're dying from a disease, right? You're going to freaking try everything.
Well, I mean, everything else he built worked.
So my point is that the public, see, this is what they do. They convince people that there's all these things that have to line up for, right? But then they don't tell you what they're doing for real and how.
Trump, yeah, I mean, Trump's made a massive push on that, hasn't he? You've got to give these people the right to try anything. He's said that on multiple occasions, hasn't he?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they always have done this through history, like whatever it's been, whatever cure an inventor has worked on, whether it's something you put in the body or use on the body, right? Like what they did to Rife and all these other people who had all these kinds of things. And what I'm saying is they get people to look at what's wrong with something, but they never ever tell you why their thing is right.
Yep.
Why the pharmaceutical is right.
Yeah. I mean, and if you want to scroll down a little bit, Stu, wait till you see how this gets, Elisa. You're going to love this. All right, stop. Isn't it funny that it's in the Patriot magazine? Claimed 12 dying patients saved in first experiments. If you save one life, one. But then you have scroll down a little bit more. New cancer vaccine being tested on hundreds of cases in 35 hospitals. Down a little bit more. Right there, still on pageant. 7 ways to let loose and love. Negro women. Wow, Negro women. Are they different? An unusual report. Wow, you got the fucking hook on that, huh? You scroll down some more. Stop. Highlighted. Since the massive inoculations have been stopped, fewer hepatitis cases, for some strange reason, actually have been reported. This is despite a sharp increase in the number of troops in Vietnam. So what were you giving to the troops? You were giving them all these trials, just like they did with the anthrax vaccine during the first Gulf War. And scroll down some more, a little bit more. Ban urged on Rand vaccine. The Academy of Medicine of Cleveland last night said the use of the vaccine was completely unwarranted at this time because it was not subjected to proper scientific study and adequate testing in animals before being used to treat human beings. See, why don't they test it on inmates? Death row inmates. I mean, they're not going anywhere for a while. You have them locked up.
But you can't even compare. See, that's the other thing. Why are we testing on animals? It's not compatible.
No.
Right?
Not.
So that's the first lie. And the other thing with reading all this stuff here about, this whole, when you said about the Vietnam, I'm not so sure that's what they were really testing on these guys, because they came back pretty fucked up. I think there was a lot more that we'll never know about what they were doing to those guys.
The thing is, in that pageant, remember, it says that June in the White House, Senator Jacob Javits, right? Now, in this article, ban urged on Rand vaccine, Dr. Austin S. Weisberger, imagine my shock, John Hord Professor of Medicine and Chairman of the Department of Medicine, Western Reserve University, headed the investigating committee. So, I mean, you don't think that? No. Yeah. And then you want to scroll down a little bit more. It's Sunday, February 19th, 1967. I think it's the next one down. Right here. U.S. going all out to halt Rand vaccine. Why? It was proven to be safe and effective. And then you have the federal government coming in and stepping on his dick. But yet, who was the president in 1967?
Yeah, our favorite, Johnson.
Mr. Whip his dick out to anyone he wants. It's like, and somebody's, if you, what was it at? Scroll down a little bit. Right there, actually, right there, let me see. Dr. Francis, it's on the left-hand side at the bottom, it says Dr. Francis O'Kelsey, who led the fight to block distribution of thalidomide, the drug that caused thousands of babies to be born deformed, will testify for the government next week. Oh, but wait, wasn't that properly tested on animals?
Right. And the other thing is too, this guy O'Kelsey was the one who fought against using that drug, right? And now he's going to testify for the government. So that guy testified because they were going to kill him.
Yep.
Because he clearly knew all that was going on with these horrible drugs and probably knew that cancer vaccine was the real thing. But of course, they're going to take him, right? Because now he has this credibility for getting rid of a drug. So now he's going to get rid of another bad drug. And I guarantee you they had a gun to his head or his family's head.
Yeah.
But if we scroll down a little bit, we're going to find something that we are going to nail the whole federal government on. Scroll down a little bit more. Okay, hold up, right there. The NDA must establish that a drug is both safe and effective. Under the 1962 Kepauer-Harris amendments to the Act, drugs must be shown effective before they can enter the marketplace. Safety is not enough. The drugs must demonstrate a benefit-to-risk ratio weighted in favor of the patient. COVID never did that. They violated this act. They should all burn in hell. Right there is your Nuremberg 2.0, but then it gets deeper because then you start going to DARPA. Let's see.
Well, wasn't the vaccine also, there was a bait and switch there too, right? Because the one that was quote unquote approved wasn't the one that they distributed out, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because how can you know it's safe and effective? You've never captured the virus.
Right, because there was none.
It's impossible. There was no virus. And further down it says in 1972, June 1st, regulation of vaccines in the U.S. to be tightened. On page 17, it's lower than that. Down.
1971, did you say?
Oh, right. Hold on. Go up a little bit. FDA to bar drugs found not effective. Right? So go down some more. It'll be 1972, June 1st. It's on page 17, guys. I mean, they're literally pointing at it. Why'd you put that in there, right? Then you go to... keep on going down. Down. Right there, FDA plans to examine 40,000 drugs. 40,000 versus 40,000, huh? Wait till you see how this ends up. You're going to... Okay, I'll scroll down a little bit more. Next one right here. Flu shot halt draws praise from health unit.
I am telling you, I have absolutely no evidence. I'm not a medical person. I've never been a scientist, but I'm telling you that the effects that people are having with all these illnesses, turbo cancers, blood clots, et cetera, is from the flu vaccine that they've been giving out for all those years. That was time released.
Did you say 40,000 foot view in the drops?
Yep. Sure is funny, isn't it? Amusing. And let's see. All right, now we can go to we'll jump to another one here. Oh, that one I definitely gotta go through. That one's gonna be fucking nightmare. We'll go back to the main page.
Look at that next one. The title of that. Oh well, about the polio. Yeah.
Oh, the polio. Hold on one second.
You know what's really sad? I was talking to my aunt who's now 78, but this was like, back in 2021, and I was trying to tell her about the jab and this, that, and the other thing. And she's like, you just don't understand. You don't understand. You're taking this position like anti-vaxxer. I remember being in school and lining up with all my friends and getting the polio vaccine. And in her mind, she had romanticized this whole experience. And that's why she felt that this new vaccine that hadn't been tested, that, was for something that didn't exist, she was so proud to go get it.
Do you know pretty much everyone in the last 5 years that's called me an anti-vaxxer and things like that, their counter argument, they always state polio.
Yeah. The brainwashing. And I said, take a look at India. Take a look at India, and God knows what other ailments and issues kids had that they attributed to other purposes when it was really the polio vaccine, right?
Well, I am glad that you mentioned that. So if you go to the main page again.
Yep.
Thank you very much. And we will go to the bottom where it has like a listing of all the items. And we're going to go to the poison needle. Up. Right there, by Eleanor McBean, book 1957. You're just over it. Up, right there.
The poison needle, yeah.
Yep. Now, printed it. There is this right here, that right there is all polio. The polio vaccine the whole thing's a fraud. Jonas Salk, Jew. I mean, Smallpox declined before vaccination was enforced. I mean, this whole book, it's like 200-something pages. But it just so happens that when we got to the polio part, right? And it was an addendum. Says, oh, you know what? Hold on a second. Yeah, scroll down a little bit. No, scroll down. Down. Hold on 1 second. Go to addendums. That's chapter 10. Up more. Or down more. I'm sorry. Down more. Right there. Hold up. Up a little bit. Up a little bit. Right there. Okay. Now, no. Down. Right there. Stop.
Addendum.
Yeah. See, a vaccination, America, a medical delusion. Right here by Rex U. Lloyd. All right. So, thing is, it goes to actually scroll down some. Let me see. It might be. Yeah. Scroll down. Hold that. Let's see. American Capsule News. Scroll down some more. Let's see. Should be in here. Okay. Stop. Okay. Hold on 1 second. January 21st. Yeah, down a little bit more right there. The next one down, number 9. Right? January 28th, 1956. Cervantes many years ago gave us his general philosophy. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. No one ever disputed that until the polio racketeers and medical bug hunters came along. Right? So, says Dr. Sadlier had long realized that polio strikes with its greatest intensity in hot weather. In hot weather, there is a huge increase in the use of ice cream, soda pop, and artificially sweetened products, especially among children. It's also a fact that people generally cut down on their protein diet in the hot weather on the theory that you should eat lightly in the summertime. Now, that's the third paragraph down. So the 7th paragraph down, right? It says, but there was a hitch, right? The Rockefeller Milk Trust. Whoa! Didn't he just do one with milk? Rockefeller Milk Trust. Yep. Milk Trust. Yep.
Sorry, I said to Elisa the other day that Lord Jacob Rothschild, whatever his name was, only visited the House of Commons twice, I believe, in the UK. One was to do, I think it was to do with something with Israel, but the only other time he went there was to do with the pasteurization of milk.
Fuck. And that's why the whole thing and the Jersey cows, that's why we have stomach issues, because they've been
Oh, everybody's lactose intolerant. Well, first of all, you're not supposed to necessarily drink milk from a cow when you're not a calf. However, your raw milk, they have so many studies that is healthy anyway, and that is right. But they give us all this pasteurized shit, which the pasteurization process is disgusting. And not to mention that you've got milk from a cow that is injected with God knows how many things to begin with.
Yep.
And not eating the way a cow should eat.
Yeah. You don't pasteurize your breast milk, do you? No.
Right.
Because it has all the essential vitamins, minerals, everything.
Right. Although they get everyone to use formula, so that's like a whole other conversation.
Oh, no, it's not. Because guess who talked about formula in the Middle East and West Africa? Peter Strzok Sr.
Really? And wasn't the Nestle Corporation the one that really brought all that stuff into Africa, where all those babies, like this goes back to like the 70s and the 80s, when I remember I had a science teacher at the time who was very rebellious. She was kind of a bitch and like a very nasty teacher, but she was always going off on these organizations and the UN and all this other stuff for what they did with the formula. And I couldn't like grasp it at the time because I was like 15, but yeah.
And then trust Kansas, right? We'll read further. So, but there's a hitch. The Rockefeller Milk Trust sells frozen products and pasteurized milk all over North Carolina. The Coca-Cola Company is closely aligned with far-flung Rockefeller empire. Well, What else is the Rockefeller Empire in tune with? Remember, they're the ones that gave us the Flexner report that changed all of medicine. You need pills. There's no cures.
It's all petroleum based, wasn't it?
Yep. So that goes on to say, so the News Trust and the Thought Trust were brought into play, and in 1950 inspired publicly stories told the gullible North Carolinians that Sandler's findings were all a myth. The result was that Milk Trust and Coca-Cola Company went back on its 1948 sales level, and polio went back to normal for North Carolina in 1950. But wait, there's more. For little children who suffer from this Milk Trust greed, the chiropractic profession and medical doctors like Koch, K-O-C-H, Koch brothers, come up with a belief. At the Mills Clinic in Burlington, Kansas, they cure polio in 7 days by removing the outrages upon nature which have caused the disease. Same type cures are being made at Dunn Clinic in Oklahoma City, the Spears Hospital in Denver, and elsewhere. The Spears Hospital. Dr. Koch's method cures polio the same way it cures cancer, by oxidizing out of bloodstream the accumulated toxins which are the cause of nerve misfunctioning. They've had the cure the whole fucking time.
Well, of course they've had the cure because they created it.
Well, they create the disease to say, oh, we have the cure. It's just going to cost you so much money. Then there was a letter by Duane H. Miller. It says, this Dr. Leroy Burney. Now it says about when you report to the Associated Press, the incidence of all types of polio declined 62% in 1957 as compared with 1956. And paralytic cases declined about 73%. Upon what facts do you base such a ridiculous statement? If these fixtures are a brainchild of the National Foundation for Infantile Paralysis, that alone will label them worthless as far as being truthful is concerned. Knowing the inner workings of this corrupt group from their president down to their local hatchet men, I trust giving out these false percentages was not intentional on your part. Why continue taking the public on an expedition into Alice of Wonderland? Not Alice in, Alice of Wonderland. Doesn't it say Alice of Wonderland somewhere too? Not sure. Let's check.
Doesn't it say that one in the drops? Alice of Wonderland.
Probably it. In fact, in 1956, 17 states rejected their supplies of the Salk vaccine.
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
17 states rejected the Salk vaccine because there was a danger on society. They
17.
gave it on anyways. Yep. And then Dr. Jonas Salk, he calls for public understanding. Fuck him. They were doing this. They were paid to create these.
Oh my God.
To kill us.
And all those poor children, those children in India, and all our poor children too, because they're all fucked up in this country with fucking anxiety disorders and allergies.
It's fucked. So if we go,
let's tie this all together. So thus far,
yeah, well, getting ready to.
Okay.
Because you'll see if we go back to that page, and we go to the main page, to the list, yeah, and then fence. Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on, I got it right here. Shit, it's fence something. What the hell was it? It was here. Where's my list? So I have this here too. Oh, all right. Go to Gain of Function Symposium 2016. Something that we weren't supposed to do, but it's on March 10th and March 11th. Is it March 11th, 11th restart? But and these are all videos. This whole thing is all. You could watch their whole symposium. Good times. Good times.
Do you think that this was already the movie going on?
Well, easy. Go back to the list. Main list. Go to the hot zone. No. Down. Same spot. The hot zone. Right there. Right there. The book. 1994. A terrifying true story. Oh, doesn't it? 1994, huh? All about anthrax, huh? I mean, even Hot Zone American TV series season 2, Anthrax. Because of the whole anthrax and himself as a suspect in 2001 anthrax attacks, right? So, how is it that you can have a TV series about a suspect in 2001 anthrax attacks when the book was written in 1994? I mean, we're just asking. That's all. Asking questions. That's all we're doing. It's all fear-based.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Oh my God. Oh no, that'll never happen. And then it starts happening. So, oh my God, people start freaking out because look what they were doing in the movies. Where the fuck is that list? Oh, here it is. These people are disgusting, man. Let's see. 1 second here. I'll find it.
Where'd you put that link, Elisa? Did you put it in the Rumble chat?
I put it in the StreamYard chat.
Can you put? Oh, did you?
Wait, which link are you talking about? The one that I put about James Rand?
Yeah, can you put it in private chat as well, please?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Let's see. There's even a book from 1856 in that list. If you go back to the main list, The Evils of Vaccination. Guess we should listen then. But also, right there, what is it? Oh shit.
That one.
Yeah.
When was that written? 1856. Holy shit.
That's a 9/11. Split up in two.
So, Jason, do we know when the very first vaccination was developed, quote unquote?
Yeah, it was the Spanish flu vaccine that killed everybody.
No, but that was later. That was in the early 19 teens.
18, wasn't it?
Yeah, 18. But that was the first major one.
So, but Trump always refers to it as the Spanish flu of 1917, doesn't he? He always says 1917.
Yeah, because who died from the Spanish flu? His grandpa. Kind of pissed off about that, huh?
Yeah.
In fact, they're all in there too. Frederick Trump. And guess what John Trump's middle name is?
Go on.
George. Oh, man. What is this shit? All right. If you go back to the main list and you go up a little bit, right there. Now look, COVID-19 pandemic, emails from 2020 when FOIA requests with Dr. Anthony Fauci, 8 parts.
That one there, 20.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, if people want to click on that, they can. I mean, I'm just going through some of the stuff. I'm trying to find this one because it's fucking massive. Oh. Go to the perfect newspaper page, please. Now, you're going to see why I believe Trump and them dumped this here. Why would you say it is the perfect newspaper page? Right? Scroll up, look at the date. Right? March 19th, right? Scroll down a little bit. Please. Right there. Pentagon struggling to overcome troops' fear of anthrax vaccine. Or was it also the one below it? Clinton orders review of security at nuclear labs. Huh. Because the funny thing is, what's March 19th this year? It is the beginning of March Madness. Hello. Yeah, this 1918 Spanish influenza in there.
That's another 19, right? Because we've got January 19th, March 19th.
Yeah, but thing is that what happens 2 days before that on the 17th? Somebody has a trial. Maduro.
Yes.
And that's when the 4 playing games for March Madness begin. Kind of like, I don't know, the timing is impeccable, just weird. They have Plum Island Animal Disease Center there underneath that. Where in the hell is this one? It's pissed. Oh, right here. Reframe. Go to the home and go to Reframe. Now, this is where everybody's going to get pissed. Exploring drug repurposing for COVID-19 treatment. August 4th, 2020. Dr. Francis Collins. You know what the funny thing is? They claim that they went through all these drugs that they had on file for repurposing, and none of them worked. But yet, years before that, hydroxychloroquine was all over. So they lied big time. I mean, just, it's disgusting. Just fucking assholes. Let's see. Also, if you go back to the main page, down a little bit, right there, go to West Nile virus, biological weapon technology and production. Now, why would you have a page like this if you weren't producing bioweapons? Or better yet, if you go back to the previous page, you'll wonder, the main page.
What, homepage?
Yeah, homepage.
Yeah, I'll just shut that down.
You know, it's really interesting, Jason, not to cut you off, but this past weekend I was at an event here on Long Island. Dr. Judy Mikovits was here. And it's when you listen to what she says, it's like, of course, she's the one who told Anthony Fauci to go forth and multiply, right? But the point is that they have taken all these previous viruses and then like put them out again as if they're something new when they have the same thing.
Yeah. Hey, just click that Research Encyclopedia Tech and History. The blue hyperlink right below all the letters.
Above Substack.
Yeah, above Substack. Right there. Now, if you go somewhat to the bottom of where we were, right above the dates, USA funded biological laboratories in Ukraine. That's 100 pages. Right there. That's 100 pages. Yeah, Black and Veatch. And then you look, it's like, well, why was TPUSA in Ukraine?
What was the narrative of why they were there?
They're creating that, it's not even a narrative. I mean, it's proven factual now. I mean, let me see. I've got let's see this. Shit, I might take it out already. Fuck. Yeah, I think I moved it already. Shit. Fine. But the thing about this is that if you go back right there, okay, now go to the Waterford Project. Now, here's where it's interesting, right? The Waterford Project. Think about the ball. Who makes the ball for New Year's Eve in New York? Waterford Crystal, right? Look at the chairman, Warner C. Green, huh? Or better yet, the executive director, Coach Before D-Class, COATES, huh? What were they doing? They're all these, Dr. Gallo, all these fuckers, they're all dirty. This is Robert Redfield. I mean, they've been doing this the whole time. Redfield and RR problems, huh? Robert Redfield problems. It's coming out. Whole thing. Also, in the main, there's a book, Judy Mikovits' book, Plague, in 2014.
Right.
And then if you go to see where it says Reframe, and there's Remdesivir, but it says Regeneron Pharmaceuticals. Oh, that's the one that Trump was on. Remember the Regeneron?
Yeah.
Well, then why didn't they use it? If they say 2014, if you said that you went back and you checked all these drugs against COVID and none of them worked, so we have to come up with this fake thing. I mean, it is so just frustrating knowing that, like, all these people, nobody had to have cancer, nothing.
I know. And now look in the last 20 years since they start pushing the vaccination process onto our animals. Look at all them that are dying of cancer and all these ridiculously crazy diseases. I think the lifespan of dogs has gone from like 18 to like 9 or 8.
There's one phrase I think of when I look at all this shit with you and Jason, is that you have more than you know. Because it's all there. You just got to find it, haven't you?
Yes.
But also, what if it's a double entendre? We have more powers than we know.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't cracked anything. Like, anything that we could do, we haven't even scraped the surface. I mean, we're like bottom dwellers. They have us that far down. See, you've got shit, just it's so deep. Rocky Mountain Labs. Of course, that was in Montana, I believe. Of course, doing a bunch of dirty shit up there with the banking. Because they go to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. That's where they have their big Fed bullshit. Human fetal tissue for medical research. Can you go to Operation 3 Wind? The wind, Martha, the wind.
I can't see that.
It's right below ICANN. It's up a little bit. I don't know why they put this one out of. A little bit, up a little bit. Right there at the top. The wind, Martha, the wind, right? Oh. 3-year investigation launched in 1986 by the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation into corruption by U.S. government and military officials and private defense contractors. Hey, guess who led this? First one. Bill Barr in 86.
Bill Barr?
Yeah. So, when Trump says the wind, Martha, the wind, they're investigating all of them. They have been. Assholes. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those pages that.
Well, let's look at it this way. If they have it all, they don't really need to investigate anything. They just have it all, and they have to build the case for the public to see, right? Because you have to assume the case is already built. And that's, you know, that's why all of these fuckers are being tried in military tribunals, because these are not civil crimes.
Nope.
These are all crimes against humanity.
And what do you try them in?
A military court.
You try them in Article 2 courts. Those are the courts that Trump runs. All the immigration ones. You have all the military judges. I mean, I don't think people have any, and I think we're in boom week too.
Do you?
Because there have been no Q drops from yesterday the 15th to the 21st. Nothing. Full week. Nothing. And you would think it's like, as much as they post, why would they purposely cut out that week out of all the years? Every year, that week. Then, what was it? Because yesterday, 115, that was a 17. So then today's 18, 17th is 19, the 20th is 20, the 21st is 21. Then on the 21st, the Q drops start up again. There's 16 on the 21st, 15 on the 22nd, 18 on the 23rd. But then if we go to the 24th, which is kind of ironic, you have post 602, 603, and 604. Right? So, that run right there, the zero is right there, up right there. That's the video that's going to get him elected. Is the first one at the bottom, right?
On there, yeah.
Yep, that's the video to get him elected. Right here, you have to follow the 6 zeros in this game. Today, former President Barack Hussein Obama formally retained counsel 9 worldwide. God bless you all. And there's a pen. On the 24th. But then we have a photo. I can't share it, but I can read it. We showed on the show yesterday. And so there was an article that came out on 2/3/21 at 22:17. It says, it's done. Deep state collapses. The best is coming now. Is Friday 5th the big day? Not Friday the 5th. Friday 5th, right? Why would they do that? So if we go D5, right? April 5th, that's Easter. Friday's a Good Friday. Odd. But it says the official announcement of martial law and legitimate military government in effect since 12 o'clock a.m. on January 20th, 2021 was made on Friday, January 29th at 6 o'clock p.m. Dangerous time. 11 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. The official announcement of Biden's arrest along with 355 congressmen and 109 senators, 464 elected on January 24th and 25th, was made on Sunday, January 31st at 4:35 p.m. These announcements were made on the dates and hours above to all American media, television, radio, national newspapers, and to all the world news outlets. As expected by the legitimate military government that runs America, as well as Trump and Q-Force, this official information was 100% censored by all official world media. The U.S. military government knew this and wanted it that way. But they said it was in effect since 12 o'clock a.m. on January 21st, on January 20th, 2021. But it says that was made on Friday, January 29th at 6 p.m. So, Friday is not the 29th. Friday is the 30th. What comes out on the 30th? Melania's movie. So, is that when your arrests start? Because you think about it, the timing of it all, they said that was made on Sunday, January 31st at 4:35 p.m., right? So, what if that's like, I don't know, Saturday, 31st? Because the government shut down. the government's only open until the 30th this month.
Yeah.
The CR only ran to the 30th. February 1st, that's when Trump says, he even came out and said, effective February 1st, no more payments will be made by the federal government to states for their corrupt criminal protection centers known as sanctuary cities. All they do is breed crime and violence. If states want them, they will have to pay for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, in kinder terms, couldn't you say that you're giving the power back to the states? But the problem is that you can't have illegals because, well, you're a state within a union. You have to follow the union rules because your people can cross state lines, like we've seen with the 20,000 driver's license they've given out. It's horrible. And platform. Yep. So now, I'm wondering, see this whole Wonderland, right? Or when they say Fantasyland, well, Fantasyland, that could be North Pole, South Pole, Antarctica. I mean, for some reason right now, people that are in Antarctica, they're like down to like a long sleeve shirt. Like Antarctica is heating up.
Is it? Or are they somewhere where it's really not cold?
Well, it's Antarctica. But also, the one thing about Antarctica that ties New Zealand to this, that they use Christchurch, New Zealand as a jumping point to go to Antarctica. And what's at Christchurch, New Zealand? They have a theme park called Alice in Wonderland. That does all the mind control, all that shit, all the good stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's something, where is it? Damn it. I had it. I didn't save it. Probably didn't. Nah, I didn't.
I did post a video earlier about a guy talking about a spacecraft in Antarctica that has been there for a long time, that is melting the ice. It's been there 200 years. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, we know that Antarctica is ice and cold, but don't we also know that beyond the ice wall, people have said it's beautiful and it's...
And also, if that's thawing, right? If Antarctica's thawing, what's that doing to the firmament? I mean, we're told to watch the water. Ice is a phase of water.
What if watch the water means watch the firmament?
Well, and plus, I mean, even in that what's that? The poison needle.
The book?
Well, yeah. It even mentions about fluoride in there. Like, fluoride is one of the biggest poisons. But who loves it? Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah.
She said that, oh no, troops need to get fluoride so they become they're tactically ready. It's like, who the fuck's been ready on fluoride?
What does that even mean?
She don't even know what it means. All she does is cash checks. That's why they're all, I mean, this is gonna be massive. Because all the shit's gotta come out. If not, we force it. We show it. Remember, we're the news now. What are they going to say?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see the news showing documents. They never do.
They're not doing anything.
They just do this. I mean, and then, so why I believe 119 is the end of Israel, because it is exactly 77 days to 4/5. Huh. And this is their 77th year of existence. I think everybody's onto them now. See, it's real, because right now they're all starting to come out like that Jonathan Greenblatt came out, started spouting off his cock. He's partnered with Ted Cruz to take down Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens. Like, so you're conspiring with a U.S. senator to strip us of our First Amendment rights. Got it. Ted Cruz, you can fucking drop that too. They're going to start just executing all of them. They have to. I mean, they could sit there and say, "Oh, prison, prison, prison." Fuck prison, man. But we don't have to do it. You know. I mean, honestly, I'm really pissed that Charlie Kirk did not get to stand trial. I really am. Because he should be under the fucking prison for what he did.
But the thing that we don't know is that they may all have been. See, I like to think on some level that we're watching the surface movie play out. And they, look, if there are, what are we up to now, Stu? 600,000?
623,000
right.
something.
So even if it was just that, which we know it's not, because each one can contain up to 99, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How are they're going to just start? They can't. This is a massive operation to get rid of these slime balls. So I think this is all, started, but then they're going to pick and cherry pick for the movie, right? Who they're going to show. And they're just like Nuremberg, except that was for evil, right? You had thousands of evil people, and would they have like the number that they had at the trial, and then like how many actually got
like 12 or something like that,
and then one got sent to jail or whatever the hell happened.
Wow. Yeah.
But so, and they might do that maybe a little more, maybe. I just, how could you actually come out? Just think about this. We're cool with it, but how could you come out and say, listen, there's like, I don't even know what that number is. I'm like not a math person, but let's just say there's 20 on those, right?
Yeah.
How could you just come out and say there's like 12 million people, right? Which is probably more, that are so evil and they worship Satan and they've been running the planet, and 98% of Congress has these people. And we can go on to tell you what they've done to children and what the government's done in their mind control programs. But let's just say all these people had to go. So like we're killing them. And some of them are like celebrities that and you watch and you live. But nobody could handle that? I mean, we could, but nobody could handle that.
Yeah.
So they have to pick and show it in a movie so people can digest it.
Yep.
But I don't think these people, most of them are still around. I just find it mathematically impossible.
Yeah, because I mean, we don't see them walking around. They come on TV. It's like, well, guys, we know how AI's been working.
And they don't look like the people anymore. Like, take a look. 5 years ago, they looked very different.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And let's see. Any clue why POTUS pardoned that Mormon shill Tyler Boyer? Easy. Easy. You want to catch them all. Yep. So it's funny that this would happen in this election about the quote-unquote faithless electors, right? Because that's the whole thing about Kennedy's election. That there were these so many faithless electors that threw it for Kennedy, right? Well, then you look at the faithless electors in Arizona and you think, well, they threw it for Trump, right? It's like, no. They did everything backwards. They didn't want Trump in. Because if Trump stays in, how are we going to traffic kids through Arizona?
Right.
If Carrie Lake became governor, how was she going to accept the child trafficking that we're doing? Why did TPUSA step into Carrie Lake's initial run, and then when she said they're going after the people that are hurting children, why is it that somebody from TPUSA went and tried to bribe her $20,000 to get out of the race? Turning point has been all trafficking. You look at the Mormons, you look at the missions to going overseas, and then you start seeing their endowment, all their endowments and everything, and then you have TPUSA endowment. It's like, well, right there. And he's like, oh, he's a conservative. Then why is all the stuff behind him blue and white? Then you look at Deseret, you look at the Mormons, it tells you right there. I don't think Charlie Kirk was good from the start, personally.
Maybe not.
He went there to just talk about, finances and everything like that. It's like, okay, but was that just a start to get in? Because once you have gained the, I guess you could say, the respect and trust of the college populace, then you could go in with the faith-based and start pushing everybody towards these 1,000 points of light. Charlie was a part of it. They're all satanic.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're saying that if people find out that they've been lied to, that the God of the Bible is not who they think it is, that makes sense, doesn't it? That people are pushing people to the Bible for that purpose.
Yeah. And it's these ecclesiastical pricks, because they're the ones that are sitting here saying, oh, you mean nothing. And that's in the Bible. It's like, oh, this is such a good book, guys. Huh? You got sodomy, you got incest, you got, oh, you're worthless. Maybe that's why he said read the Bible and the B is in lowercase. So basically what I'm getting from this is the Bible's all bullshit. I mean, there's good parts in it, but the problem is that everybody's the Old Testament. It's like, well, what about all the stuff that happened way before that? Yeah. You can't say just 5,000 years ago that Adam and Eve were here and then all of a sudden we got 8 fucking billion people. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. They've lied about everything, so just put it out there. People get bought over it, that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
They lied to us too, and people are like, well, why are you so pissed? I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, your whole existence has been a lie.
Yeah.
You went to school, even though you thought it was one way, they're like, oh no, it's this. And come to find out that you were fucking right the whole time and that they were just brainwashing you. It's like, you know what? There might be a spike in school shootings. I'm not sure. I mean, a lot of these parents, when they find out a lot of these teachers have been fucking diddling kids and they're still around, it's like you don't even know what they're doing to your kids now.
Yeah.
Stupid. I mean, they're of the retard clan. You look at like any of this. It's like, I mean, I understand it's a lot, but I mean, come on. Let's see here. That.
Yeah. One of the comments says, I asked the Bible thumpers if Jesus was vaccinated, and then stops them in their tracks and makes them think. And then the one before that is that would imply this whole like Adam and Eve imply incessant behavior because Adam and Eve's kids had kids with each other, right? Like, where are all the people coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I watched that Noah film with, what's his name? Russell, isn't it? Someone. And the end just does not make sense. I haven't watched anything for ages, but the only thing I've sort of watched I've bought some films that people have been talking about over the last 5 years. Oh, this is good, and look at this, and this, all the stuff about the awakening. But that is just so incestuous at the end. You know, and that's if they were the only people left, and one of the sons went off to populate a different part of the world.
Who'd he go with?
Who the fuck was he populated with?
Yeah, was he screwing his mom? Yeah, screwing his mom or something, or what? I mean, so what you're saying is that we're all based off incest. Right now, our jaws should be falling off. The whole thing, Noah's Ark was a massive lab. They keep on putting all this stuff that, oh, everything's material. It's like, no. See through the illusion. But like the Moonies, they say, oh, everything's physical. Everything's physical. You know, there's God on earth. It's moon. You know, I don't know. That's the cult of Inanna. It's a moon cult. The cult of sin. I mean, the moon goddess is Inanna, which is sin. So why was he going to Korea? You know, what, you're going to protest unification churches, protest Korea, wanting to get all the records for the Unitarian Church? Why would Rob McCoy want you to be there too? Right? And then it just so happens that you end up dead. And then he comes back and he says that Charlie lived a life without sin. How else do you create a Christ-like figure?
Right.
Now everybody's like, oh, be more like fuck Charlie. Charlie's a fucking traitor. He's a limp dick motherfucker that deserved what he got.
Listen, I didn't understand. It was September 10th, right? That he got shot. And I just couldn't understand people in our community that were carrying on about poor Charlie, and they were crying. Listen, I didn't even follow him, but that whole thing, and Jaco came out in like 10 minutes and was literally laughing about how fake everything was. But that aside, I was like, why are these people so upset? And then everything, you knew there was like weirdness to the whole thing, but okay, we got to give it a few days. That's kind of like how Stu and I bonded a little. We were like, something's missing here. And they were putting him up on this ridiculous pedestal.
I'll never understand it.
I don't know what I guess it was maybe if you take the road that people were listening to the idealism of what he was trying to do. Forget about him, forget about like get these kids in schools to follow God or whatever the outward narrative was, right? Where you had such liberalism in the schools and you had all this indoctrination and now they were starting to feel empowered to express themselves, right? All the kids that were really just horrible things were happening to them in school if they tried to be Christian or they tried to be, pray before lunch and all that stuff. So I get the idea of what he stands for, right? So now he's lost, but we're supposed to, as truthers and podcasters, we're supposed to look a little deeper before we start getting all emotional like the normies. At least that's how I feel. So I never quite got it, really. And now all the shit's coming out. Well, it's probably always there, but we're finding it.
Yeah.
You just
I put a video. It's 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
Wait till you see this connect. I was blown away by Dinksy busting this out. It was a while ago. But wait to see the connections with this. I mean, it is.
Should we
diabolical?
I'm going to play this now.
Watch it? Yeah. Okay.
Jay, I just want to ask you one question first, while you can have 10 minutes to think about this. Someone was talking to me about Ghost in the Machine videos and stuff yesterday, and I was sending him some stuff. And then I just thought, hold up a minute. GITM, Ghost in the Machine. Do you think there's any correlation between the fact that it is Ghost in the Machine and they are the first four letters of Gitmo with a missing O?
Yep. And the thing is, you think about the what if Gitmo is Ghost in the Machine Override?
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about the Ghost in the Machine, it's all demonic. It's all those signals that they put in the computers and everything. It's like, and then you see, it's like, well, why are all these people that all computer stuff, and it's like they have all this money, all philanthropists and everything, and they're, oh, well, we want to help save humanity, but not once. But they'll drop everything to go to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody reports news in Africa.
Yeah.
We need to know what was going on in Africa. And plus, since they're all nonprofits, I think the people of the United States should sue, as a class action lawsuit, every one of these NGOs for crimes against humanity. Because if they're non-governmental organizations, why are they getting governmental money? It's like, if you want to do philanthropy, do it with your own fucking money. If I want to be a philanthropist, well then fucking let the government pay me and I'll start pushing it out. Problem is that when the government does give them money, like 80% is overhead, and then 10% might go to the people, and then 10% just it's all one big just mess.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, this one, oh my God.
Excellent. All right. I'm going to play this in, guys. 10 minutes, is this?
Yep.
Kirk incident at UVU, and I've found some things that just don't add up. And I'm not here to make any accusations. I'm just going to ask questions that need answers. You see, when you start pulling the thread, sometimes the whole sweater starts to unravel. And that's kind of what it seems like we're literally witnessing here. And what I found isn't just one loose thread. It's a pattern that makes me wonder if there's something much larger at play, if we're looking at the right people, and if we're missing something much bigger. Let's start with this guy, George Zinn. You probably remember him. He's been all over the news. He was the first person in the news as a suspect. The guy who literally came running down the stairs right after the shooting, waving his cap in the air, shouting, "I did it, arrest me, I did it." It was chaotic. It was confusing. I mean, honestly, most people just wrote him off as some random crazy guy having a breakdown. But here's what really didn't make the headlines, is that George Zinn wasn't just some random guy. He actually listed as an official endorser on Phil Lyman's campaign website, lymanforutah.com. The official website for his campaign has George Zinn's name right there.
Mormons and Jews all tied in.
This isn't some Facebook comment
right there
or some random social media post. It is literally the official campaign website for the running gubernatorial of Utah, or the running governor of Utah. George Zinn has quite the story, all right? And we've probably seen it, but I'll give you a quick brush in case you just haven't heard. So we're talking about a guy who claims he was at 9/11. He allegedly emailed a piece during the Boston bombing offering to actually help the bombers. So this dude says he was at 9/11. He was already arrested for some charges based on literally sending an email to the police during the Boston event. And he was also at the Charlie Kirk incident saying he did it, and then literally said that he was trying to help the real guy get away. And then they arrested him for CP. Like, come on, bro. And then yet, over a month later, his endorsement is on the exact same site and is never left. Why? I'm not saying this means anything definitive, but I'm asking, why? And if this was your campaign site, wouldn't you have removed this endorsement immediately? Wouldn't you have at least addressed it publicly? The silence is what's most concerning here. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you something that really made me stop and think. I decided to check Phil Lyman's endorsement page against the Wayback Machine. And, that Internet Archive, man, I'll tell you what, it's pretty amazing. It saves snapshots of websites over time. As I'm researching this Charlie Kirk situation, I came across somebody's name and image on the Wayback Machine the last time they were on as an endorsement for Phil Lyman, which is Eric Mostos. And I'm going to bring up his image and his X account as I talk through here. What I found was this super weird situation, right? Every single endorsement from November of 2024 is still there today. And even all the way back to when they started showing their endorsements publicly. Every name, every photo, every detail of the endorsement, except for one person, Eric Mostos. And he's completely vanished off of the site, just gone, right? Like he was never there. But here's why this matters, because Eric Moutsos isn't just some random supporter. He's a former Salt Lake City police officer with specialized tactical training. And we're also talking crowd control,
Israel,
laws, combat training, the exact skills that you would need if you were planning something at a crowded university event. Good or bad. And it gets better or worse, however you look at it, depending on how you look at it, right? So Eric Moutsos and Phil Lyman are friends, like actual friends. There's an X post with them together just in January of this year. I'll put up the photo.
Yeah, they didn't get arrested, huh? How does that work?
6,000 views. He's not hiding anything. They're not on the outs, all right? They haven't had some public falling out. I mean, in fact, Moutsos has been defending Lyman in political events as recently as May of 2025. So the question becomes, why would Phil Lyman's campaign specifically remove the public endorsement of a trained tactical officer while keeping someone like George Zinn, who has the background that he has? What possible calculation would that lead to that decision? Now, you might say, well, Moutsos was removed or fired from the police academy because he didn't want to go and work at a gay pride rally or whatever it was, a gay pride event. And they actually fired him for it, calling him a gay bigot. Now, I feel for you, and that sucks.
Hey, Stu.
Have the freedom, but it is your job, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was your job to protect those people.
Hey, now also said this Eric Moutsos, he ran the LDS social media site.
Wow.
That's funny, isn't it? All right, sorry about that.
So we're already seeing divisiveness and a little version of radicalism very early on, okay? He was fired, I think it was 2015. So it's over 10 years now, or just about 10 years. So it is very interesting to me that they took somebody like him off. And if Phil Lyman is this right-leaning Christian Republican, he's clearly not for the gay pride movement and the leftist agenda. So it can't be because he was fired for the police department for that reason. I just can't, I'm not going to buy that. That's bullshit to me. All right. So I'm kind of wondering why, I am wondering exactly why was he removed in November, and why was George Zinn on the website still today? I made 2 videos already, and somebody else has made one, a very quick clip in the middle of a 30-minute video, but I caught it. So it's just very strange because this person, what he's doing or rather not doing speaks volumes through the absence, because Eric Moutsos really describes himself as a conspiracy researcher. Now, lately he's been talking a lot about Israel and AIPAC and Benjamin Netanyahu and the Trump support of that, right? Now I'm going out on a very, very thin limb branch here. And I'm just going to say, how is it that 48 hours or less, you've already come to the assumption that Israel was the ones who had done it based off of the post that you had made? But he questions everything, though. I went through his page. He posts all the time, every day. And he questions everything from government narratives, official stories, mainstream media. I mean, he's built a following of 25,000 members or YouTube X account followers on asking the hard questions that others just don't want to talk about. So yet, when it comes to the Charlie Kirk incident, a major event involving his political ally and friend, Phil Lyman, happening right in his backyard in Utah, where he was a police officer for multiple years, there's almost nothing about it. There's no questions for sure. There's one post saying, should we question the president if we think he was wrong? But then he shows a picture of him talking about Gaza. So his timeline is filled with posts about Israel, about AIPAC, about Netanyahu. He's got opinions about everything under the sun, but scroll through his posts from September 10th onward, and you'll find one brief mention or maybe 2 calling it through his like an MK Ultra within 48 hours, talking about Tyler Robinson and whatever, and then silence, complete silence on the subject. For a guy who says, I see a victim when I see one, I know one. I mean, he's literally, those are words from his mouth, okay? He knows when a victim is speaking because he was he was in law enforcement. Based on his law enforcement background, for someone who normally can't stop talking about government conspiracies and cover-ups, when there's a former police officer with tactical training involved, when endorsements are mysteriously removed from websites, wouldn't you have something to say too? I mean, wouldn't you be asking questions, Mr. Moutsos? The silence is just strange. It's almost telling. So I'm not here to tell you what to think. I'm just here to show you what I found. I found George Zinn, the website. They've selectively removed one endorsement, a tactical expert who disappears from public view on the website of the endorsements for Phil Lyman. You've got George Zinn that they left on there from the very time that endorsements were shown publicly on their website. George Zinn's been on there. And in fact, every single person has been on there except now Moutsos from November of 2024. Since then, he's been off the website. So it's not like they did it the week before, or like in June or July. It was like last year, this time. But why? Because I'll tell you one thing, as somebody who is trying to gain influence in life, like this is my third YouTube channel. If I have a website with testimonials, like I have a crypto website, cryptodanks.com, with testimonials. Most of those members have left and come with new ones and stuff. I don't go and delete those testimonials. So to me, this is all very strange. I wanted to bring forward this and I wanted to ask questions. We have to stop dismissing certain things as coincidences or whatever and start demanding real answers, because if we're not going to ask the tough questions and go face to face with the tough questions and the people behind the answers, the evidence is there. We're not going to get it. The patterns are clear. To me, we needed somebody fresh to come in. I've seen a lot of new people coming in, some other people that have been researching. You guys been doing awesome work. Jesse on Fire, thank you so much for putting me on and showing people what I brought forward. Mr. Let Go, same to you. You guys are awesome. You're doing real good work out here. Mr. Let Go has done some serious grinding. That's a great community right there. I'm in the Scooby-Doo community. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of that, by the way. So the only thing missing is the courage to ask what all of this means. And I'm just asking questions. What are your questions? Leave them in the comments.
They call me Jackson.
Man, I'll tell you, that Danks one with that Stacey Sheridan, man, there's no way that this was not 1433, post 1433. The military op, because there's General K, JFK, right? Well, General K, those are general orders. K is 11, right? There are two general order number 11s. One had to deal with Mormons, one had to deal with Jews. Because the Mormons were actually trying to overthrow the U.S. government. And they still are. It's infiltration over invasion, right? Then you look at, once you extremely guard highly classified information, finally revealed, RR must recuse or forcibly terminated. Robert Redfield, that's going to come out. Who do you trust? And then you have the Rachel Brand. She's the one that left her dream job of number 2 at the DOJ to go work as a global attorney for Walmart. That was her dream job. But also Rachel Brand was one of the authors of the Patriot Act.
Really?
Yep. Oh, she was deep in it. That Rachel Brand is like HRC's like main girl, one of her main girls. Why do you think she went to Arkansas? What else does Walmart run? Kids?
Right.
Yeah. And then you scroll down a little bit more, and it mentions about Schneiderman. Why is Schneiderman's removal extremely relevant? Well, because Schneiderman, they were getting protested in 2016. Haitians were protesting in New York 2016 because Schneiderman was going after the Trump Corporation and didn't say shit about the Clinton Foundation. Now, trust name, right? Well, and there's D5, another D5, April 5th. I mean, it's Easter. And then you have April 5th and then April 12th. It's 1 week. 12 plus 5 is 17. Yeah, I mean, it's all like right here. When does the clock run out? Well, I mean, this is going to be the second shutdown. It's funny that they all like to shut down the government when Trump wants to do something good, but there's something that's going to pass this week. Because they were in the Senate yesterday, and of course, Susan Collins, all them, they're up there talking about stupid shit. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I mean, none of it's relevant. They're all talking about foreign countries, and we need to help them. It's like, well, we did help them. You brought them all here.
Right.
I mean, and then come to find out that, you know, you start digging out this Holocaust thing, and the whole gold star, guys, it was a fucking lie. Do you want to know what they were putting those on too? On Masons. They were putting upside down red triangles. They arrested like, what was it, 800,000? No, it was like 200,000 Freemasons. So where's this? So if they arrest the Freemasons and they're arresting all the people, like if you look at the Holocaust, like they're saying the Holocaust, they just locked them up, right? What's the difference between that and what's going on right now? We need to lock all these people up, lock them away, you know, and then what you could do is, well, you're serving 20 years, or you could get this Neuralink chip. And you can go back into society, you know, marked.
Right.
Because, I mean, there's no way you're going to snap your fingers and say, oh, all these people are just going to wake up and be like, oh, well, what the hell happened? It's like, one can only hope. But when they say clean and swift, it's like, you saw what they used in Venezuela. Wait till they use it here.
Oh, you can't get any more clean and swift than that.
Well, I'll tell you something else that is clean and swift that we were talking about earlier. Military tribunals.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's funny that they stand about due process, but they didn't give any J6 or any due process. But then you see, you know, like Lyman, they were all J6 and they didn't get arrested. So they must have I bet you they went on the bus that Charlie paid for, the 80 buses that only sent 350 people. Then who was on the rest of the fucking buses? I mean, they did this in order because when you read the deposition, even says it in it, they had no intention of sending anybody to January 6th until some bitch in Italy decided to give a bunch of money. It's like, oh, well, and even says in there, it's like, well, I have to wire this, $500,000 to or $250,000. I need to wire it to him like ASAP. Who? I mean, with all the money that they had, being a nonprofit, right? So you took money to organize a massive coup. That's what you did.
Mm-hmm.
To protect all the child trafficking. So, because people want to sit here and say, oh, Charlie didn't know. Just like Erica not being pregnant. Well, was Charlie in on it? No, of course not. You know, she just walked around with a flat stomach and then here come 2 kids.
Yeah.
But doesn't it just seem so like
Scripted?
Yeah.
Well, who writes the script? Mossad, right? Well, if we already know the playbook, we already know the script. That's why Elon's like, oh, notice how they never say we're going to the moon? It's going to Mars, Fort Huachuca.
Mm-hmm.
So what if when they were saying they were going to Mars, they were monitoring Fort Huachuca the whole time? Because we have the maps. Why does a trafficking map go through Nogales? It goes right through Fort Huachuca. And then TPUSA mysteriously has a place right across the street from Fort Huachuca. Yeah, the whole Charlie Kirk story. It's like, oh no, when he left Illinois, they said that that Tyler Boyer said, oh, why don't you move to Arizona, right? But Charlie said that he moved to Florida, and he's living in Florida. Then why would they tell you to go to Arizona? So which is it? Did you go to Arizona first, or did you go here first? Because nobody's asking a question about him. Everybody's all asking about Erica. It's like, that's fine. We know she's bad. But you guys are putting him on a pedestal that he has no right to even be on. Just a little bit of reading goes a long way. And you look at all the other depositions, how they were 140, 200 pages, and his is only 28 pages. Especially when they asked him the question, if he understood what it is taking the fifth. He takes the fifth on understanding what the Fifth Amendment is. Then he took the fifth on his age. But then he goes along and says, oh, yeah, I live in Phoenix and Scottsdale, Arizona. It's like, was it that hard to give your age? These people are real. That's it.
That's fucking crazy shit.
That's probably why they had the fucking. That's why they had to electrocute him, because, well, I mean, how are you going to kill a lizard? High voltage. I mean, people see. I mean, they still. Oh, poor child. And then you look at freedom in the drops, right? In bold. What do you have on his shirt?
Freedom.
You're not going to get freedom from Charlie, from any of these fucks, because they're all tied to the Mormons. The Mormons want to overthrow the U.S. government. They infiltrated everything. The Jews infiltrated everything. But the Mormons are tied to the CIA, Scientology, all that. Along with their bullshit religion, finding golden place when you're out digging around. Just like the Moonies. The Sun Myung Moon said that, oh, God and Jesus came to him and told him to start a church. What? Where are these fucking guys then? I mean,
well, you have to remember the Moonies. They were very much in the same capacity as like MK Ultra. You know, I don't know enough about to make a comment, but let's say you just like we used to have so many of them in New York, like always on the corner selling flowers, and something happened. Like, in other words, the cult, those kind of cults where they're pulling people as opposed to, you know, taking them, like MK Ultra kind of works a little differently, but they're just taking these people that have no families, they're downtrodden, they're, oh, we'll take you in, you know, we love you, we want it was like that type of brainwashing that they did.
Adoption services, huh? I mean, this thing in Ukraine is, I mean, they made that super feed. The technology that, they've been saying how they were, the FBI was going after Catholics and all that. They're monitoring them.
Yeah.
It was TPUSA. The whole time. Superfeed was created in Ukraine. How does Tyler Boyer know so much Russian? And then they talk about this little girl that he's with, Natalia, right? That he took a picture with. Guess who adopted that child, Natalia, guys? Rob McCoy. So where's this girl now? Just like Korea, right? Where did Obama get that little Korean girl? From the child trafficking centers?
Yeah.
I mean, that Everything Inside Me video, it's like a 3-part series we went over. And when you learn to read the map and you see, well, why would you have child traffic centers when kids don't drive? And they're all shaped as a Y, the buildings. So then you look, why was Obama in NK, right? Probably getting that little girl. You think of that? That was a nice little one right there. It's like, well. So, highly think that there's going to be some arrests coming up. And because also, 119 with Martin Luther King, and Trump says a year. Think about it. The next day is a year. And 77 days is 4 or 5. No. Nope. Nope. Because also, if you pull up, Trump did a Truth Social with Steve Witkoff.
Hang on.
And it seems that Abigail Wexner, Leslie Wexner's longtime personal attorney, later his wife, she sat at the center of the legal and philanthropic structures Epstein controlled. Abigail Wexner is the daughter of Yehuda Koppel, a senior figure in the Haganah and alleged co-creator of the Mossad. But of course, it's silly to think that Epstein was with the Mossad.
Right.
Any of these people, right? I mean, we don't know who any of them are.
Nope.
I mean, it's deviant.
And they create these personas for them.
Oh, yeah. Put this right here. I went ahead and put it in the chat if you want to pull it up. In the Rumble chat. I'll drop it right here, too, in our chat as well.
I've got it in the Rumble chat.
All right. So it says, as Steve Witkoff announced, we have officially entered the next phase of Gaza's 20-point peace plan. Since the ceasefire, my team has helped deliver record levels of humanitarian aid to Gaza, reaching civilians at historic speed and scale. Even the United Nations has acknowledged this achievement as unprecedented. These results have set the stage for this next phase. Set the stage? As chairman of the Board of Peace, I am backing a newly appointed Palestinian technocratic government, the National Committee for the Administration of Gaza, supported by the board's high representative to govern Gaza during the transition. These Palestinian leaders are unwaveringly committed to a peaceful future. With the support of Egypt, Turkey, and Qatar, we will secure a comprehensive demilitarization agreement with Hamas, including the surrender of all weapons and the dismantling of every tunnel. Hamas must immediately honor its commitments, including the return of the final body to Israel, and proceed without delay to full demilitarization. C before D, right? C, there's demilitarization. As I've said before, they can do this the easy way or the hard way. The people of Gaza have suffered long enough. The time is now. Peace through strength. And just scroll down a little bit. You see that, look at the time, 11:39 a.m., January 14th, right? 114 actionable, 11:39. That would be a 2. Your 9-3 is a 12, which is a 3, a 23 pain. And did you notice the only time that Israel is mentioned, returning the final body back? Time is now, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking certainly seems like it.
Oh, they're on a crash course to hell, which they deserve. Because once all this shit comes out about the vaccines, about how they've been manipulating everything, how they want to control everything, and they're getting cocky about it too. That's the best part, because they're giving them enough rope that when everything comes down, you got to drag the Mormons in too.
So how do you think it's going to go down when it goes down? We are seeing drip, and these drips are getting bigger and bigger, and we're almost in the flood now, right?
Oh, it's coming. The flood is.
But it's not a flood particularly for the normies yet, is it? And it's got to smash them in the face.
Monday morning, expect an arrest. Maybe 2. They're going to get Bill and Hillary. Right? Monday. When was she arrested the first time, guys? At the September 11th memorial.
Right.
And what's Monday? Monday's a 911 inverted. And it's a Monday. Why not?
And I do think we're going to see a double arrest because of those 2 Q drops at the same time.
They should. I mean, if you think about it, they went to, Peter Navarro's house. They went to everybody's house at 6 a.m. They're busting down the door, dragging them out and everything, having the news media. So when they do these arrests, I wonder if that's going to be the fake news awards. Because remember, they have to report the facts. So what if Trump signed something secretly to negate the whole Smith-Mundt Act that Obama, removed, so that you could have as much propaganda in the media as possible.
Right.
That's all it was. They lied to us from the beginning. You see who his mama was. You see why it ran so big. The $1.7 billion in cash. And with the daddy stroke.
Yeah, I think the White Hats used that Smith-Mundt Act against them, haven't they?
Yep.
It was a Modernisation Act, wasn't it, that Obama did? I think, wasn't it?
Well, and the thing is, a lot of he signed with AutoPen.
Yeah.
I mean, I have photos of a bunch of his EOs, and you look at the same signature. I'm like, see little V there? In all of them, you don't sign the same signature twice.
No,
it's
never.
the same one on all of them.
Hmm.
And the letter that they posted to Comer, it almost sounds like those signatures were signed with an auto pen. Those are way too clean. And when you get up there in age, you're just like, you want to go like perfect. Because on one letter, it had them next to one another. On the other letter, it was below it. So which is it? They already got them. I mean,
did you see it when Comer said we're going to subpoena them now because they didn't turn up, and Lauren Boebert carried a picture out of Bill Clinton sitting there in that dress with them shoes on?
Yeah. Devil with the blue dress. But thing is, too, count the fingers, guys. Count the fingers. I mean, just seeing that and knowing he had it. So what did he know about Clinton? I mean, do you think that, oh, that's an awesome, why do I have an extra finger? Then why does Obama have an extra finger? Why does Bush have an extra finger? They're here. Mm-hmm. They've been running us. Oh, shit. Yeah. But, I think that's about.
I'll tell you what. Some amazing information there.
Oh, wait.
That is crazy. You could be in there for weeks, and not come up for air. You talking about the Housatonic, Stu?
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
And then the H in the drops, and you look at that, it's like how much, I mean.
Yeah.
And I saw the names in there, I'm like, why would you have Frederick Trump, Fred Christ Trump, and John George Trump? And John George Trump's is massive. It's like 100 pages. But he was born in 1907.
Wow. Wow.
1936, October 10th. Says a new powerful weapon in mankind's fight against cancer. The 1 million volt electrostatic generator, which was recently installed at the Huntington Memorial Hospital in Boston. Beside it stands the designer, Dr. John G. Trump of MIT. Electrostatic, huh? I mean, this is... And all the articles are in here, too. You every single one of them. Look, new method knocks out cancers. Right? I mean, so who came up with the cancer thing first?
Right.
It was his fucking uncle. So, who would have those documentations for the cure for cancer? Trump would.
Right.
Trump said that he's going to cure cancer. It's always been there. But people, man, don't want to be in the room when that happens. I think all this...
We're supposed to live to 1,000. And in spite of everything they've done to us, right?
Yep.
We still survive.
That's where taking Greenland. That's where everything is. That's why Denmark's got such a hold on it. Greenland of Denmark, G-D. Because once we get it, everything that's in it is ours. including all the biometric shit, they've got so much stuff there that it's going to blow people's minds.
Yeah.
But this shit that, people having cancer and all that, and, we're going to give all these illegals all this money, but we're going to have homeless veterans sleeping in the streets. Got it. Anybody that voted for that, they should honestly be walked right to the gallows, drug, whatever, or just take them out back and just put a bolt in their head. However you want to do it, because putting them in prison isn't going to work.
No.
A lot of these people, no.
Agreed.
Yeah, 100%.
But we do have to get them, as Trump said, you got to, even their remains would poison our beautiful world. So you do have to get them the hell out of here somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know how crazy this is going to get. Even though we've done all this research, there's still going to be a bunch of shit we're going to be on. Because seeing is believing, right? We could read all we want, but until we see it, we're like, holy shit, how big is Giants? Start looking at how much, then you start looking at everything that's been built around here. It's like, yeah, well, who built all this? Just, and then referring back to whole Operation, it wasn't a hijack, it was a paperclip.
Mm-hmm.
They brought them all here to measure all the buildings. They were brought here initially to build missiles or anything. They were here to measure all the Capitol building and realize why they all had a steady voltage. Kennedy asked for that. He's like, yeah, all these buildings built in the 1850s to 1880s, we need these on a list. The problem is that now they said all those buildings were built in the early 1900s by all these 33rd degree Masons, known as architects. And then you look at good old Eric Kirk, right? Oh, we're builders. We're busy building. Wow, just like the Masons, right? Known as builders. You got your little your Eastern Star ring on. And isn't it funny that the Eastern Star technically would be Regulus on D5 coming over the Sphinx? I think because April showers, right? March Madness, April showers. What's coming from the 5th to the 12th? Because you can't let them last till the 19th or 20th because that's when their whole shit starts kicking in again, all their demonic shit. They need sacrifices and all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We know it's been a long time coming. All this information comes out. Even when Trump walked out to do that autism little speech he did, he the first thing he said was, I've been waiting 20 years to do this speech.
Yeah.
And he's probably been waiting a lot longer to do all this other stuff.
A lot longer.
Yeah.
It's just sad that people, they're so quick to turn their back on him, right? You see all the good things he's doing. It's like, whoa, the rest. Look at everything.
I'm sorry, they're just not really as awake as they think they are.
Yep.
They're just not. Because you don't understand the total picture and everything that's going on. And if you took the 40,000-foot view, you would see how it's all intertwined. It's all moving in a very deliberate timeline. And everything has to happen when it happens. But if you're just looking at one thing, you don't get it. You're not going to see it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the people who are like, when's the RV going to happen? When's your money going to happen? All you're looking at is such a bigger picture than what you're acknowledging. So,
and instantly they always, when we get the money, you're going back into that fucking mindset. Get out of that mindset. Remember, it's all fake and gay. The Tartarian Empire ran with no currency. So now, if they ran with no currency, and you've got the Jesuits, the Catholics, the Jews, and all that shit that were using finances, So, who exactly are in these catacombs? Were those the remnants of the Tartarian empires? And they just took their bones? Because like the story they give us is, well, the cemetery's full and they had to dig up all those bodies to put in new bodies. Like, well, why don't they do that shit now?
Right.
With 8 billion people, right? You don't see cemeteries opening. Then what is it?
That don't make any sense at all, does it? Dig up the bodies to put new bodies in there.
Right.
What are they going to do with the bodies they dig up?
They that's what they said they put in the
catacombs.
In the
Yeah,
catacombs.
but why don't they just put the new dead bodies in the catacombs instead of
Right,
digging
exactly.
the up?
Exactly.
Well, because they need the bones for their little rituals.
Yeah.
Because there's underneath all these churches there's catacombs. That's where they kept all the bones for the Tartarians. Because we had cemeteries with Tartarian names and everything. People be like, what? Where did these people come from? It's like they went on this mass killing spree and just wiped out everybody. But there's got to be some left. Because there's still that picture of that big motherfucker standing next to Air Force One that's halfway up the engine. And everybody around him is like grasshoppers.
Right.
Who's that? What? One of Trump's bodyguards?
Yeah. There's
You
first
talking?
term.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah.
Where's that guy go?
I haven't seen him for a long time. Have you?
I haven't seen him at all. That's the only time we saw him.
Maybe we were just meant to see it the once. It was a calm and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's building houses over cemeteries, man. And they had a big thing up here at the cemetery my grandparents were buried at, where they found a big pile of headstones. So what they do is they make sure that, they look at the dates and they're like, all right, yeah, nobody's going to notice this. They take up the headstones and start reburying people.
Wow.
It's nice, isn't it? Very nice.
Well,
yeah,
I think we got long to wait. I know we've been saying that for a while, but you can feel it, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
You can feel it, and you can see it now.
Yep.
Everything's in place. All the pieces are in place.
Yep.
I mean, you're not going to see another rug pull now, are you? The way Trump manufactured it over that 4-year paused devolution period, we need to do what we're doing so that I don't want to take the credit for this period, being the 45th, 46th and 47th and 48th.
Right.
But yeah, people will be behind us when we do the things we need to do, and we're there.
Yep.
The military's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere.
Repeats are being done as necessary. There's so much of this protest and stuff you're seeing now, these videos coming out. So much of it looks staged.
Yeah. Well, and then yesterday, I think I sent you the video, Stu, just as an example of staged. There was that woman who got killed in Minnesota, and supposedly it was her husband. Look, whether I thought my loved one was in the wrong or the right, okay? How are you so calm? And I don't really blame anyone. It's so obvious. I mean, even if the person was wrong, mothers cry over their murdering sons that get the death penalty, right? They're still crying. There's still an emotion. There's no emotion with all this stuff, which I think is showing us it's all staged.
Well, the thing is too, is that was her ex-father-in-law that came out and said that about her.
I don't know. That was the only guy. That's the only person they could find too. I mean, that's another strange thing.
I mean, they're like, oh, she got shot. Good, right? Remember they said be good, right? Their little pins, and then they're like, oh, well, she got shot 4 times. I'm like, well, then it's good. It's like,
Yeah.
Just wait till Marines get in there. Start
yeah.
You know, you may play around with these fucking officers and shit like that. Fuck it. Just send in the whole cavalry in all these cities and just fucking wipe them out. You go right to the governor's house, fucking snatch him. You get the mayors. You get all the city. You could round them all up. Every single one of them. And then you go for all of them.
And let's not forget the post office, like the government, the other government agencies that have been complicit with fraud and yeah.
I mean, you're watching Jacob Frey and Tim Waltz, right? The comedy show of what they're doing. I mean, it looks real to a lot of liberals, obviously, inciting the election or whatever they're doing.
Yeah, but the thing is, Minnesota, right? Who has ties to Minneapolis? Peter Strzok Sr.
There's that name again.
So now, if they're funneling all this money to Somalia to form all these warlords or shit, I mean, that's right up his alley. He created the
Well, Nick Shirley's revealing all this transportation fraud now, isn't it? It was the Leering sent us to start with. Now it's in there doing all the transportation.
Didn't I just see Nick Shirley going over to the UK?
I know his part 2 from Minneapolis came out yesterday. Yesterday, the day before, it's a banger. Oh, man.
Yeah.
These Somalis, they're like, it's always racism. Always racism with them. It's like, you know what? We're done with this shit.
That's just the thing with everyone when they wanna make people look the other way. It's always that's always the right.
Yep.
It's either racism or it's misogyny. It's always going to make you not look at whoever is the one that's wrong.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're a criminal. Criminal.
Yeah, this Peter Strzok, I mean, he was the one that started out getting the USAID. And it states that this Humphrey Institute, it says, as of 1986, Peter Strzok is the president of nonprofit AFGROW, agency to facilitate the growth of rural organizations. Literally, you're building like Antifa, Black Lives Matter. Because now, when it comes back to the Summer of Love, who planned it? Probably Peter Strzok Sr.
Right.
Because who does he have to protect? Obama. Because Peter Strzok Sr. and Obama's mom are the ones that overthrew Iran, that put in that Ayatollah Khomeini, that installed the fucking Sharia law and shit. So now, who are the ones killing all the Iranians over there? The same ones that the 1.7 billion paid for.
Yeah. You got a lot of videos coming out there now from Iranians and stuff saying we never wanted to be Islam and this Muslim faith and stuff. It was forced upon us. There's lots of videos coming out.
Oh, yeah. Lots of people speaking out, especially I was just at the Stay Awake America tour, too, in particular. And, let me tell you, they said some things that you would never be able to get away with if you didn't come from Iran, including what they said about Muhammad. I mean, one of the gentlemen just came right out and said he was a pedophile, married a 6-year-old. He was a terrorist. Now, we've been saying that in our community for how long, because of the fact that it's not like we're going against people who unknowingly are average people that follow the religion and don't really understand. But these guys are coming out hard because they've lived there, they're part of it, and they can come out and say those things that we can't say and back it up by tons and tons and tons of facts.
Yep.
If they come on our show, that's going to be a banger, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Get them. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was great. We really this
Oh.
show, we just really dug so deep on this. But that document, whoo.
Oh.
Well, I didn't want to say document, that site, because what gazillion documents.
I was just in, my jaw just hit the fucking desk, scrolling through all those names, because like names that you don't, they're obscure.
Yeah.
But then, why is Blake Neff, Thomas Neff, and this other Neff the Neffs that are tied to TPUSA? All military. TPUSA is the military op that it was all to, under a whole Valalay and that other asshole, Aquino, the 1,000 Points of Light. It all ran through the Bushes, the Clintons, Jimmy Carter. So please tell me TPUSA is actually good. Everybody's all fixed on Erica. It's like, no, you need to look at you need to look at him. He was the CEO. You can't say that he didn't know about it because he's the CEO.
Right.
Funny, they want to blame Trump for everything else. And he takes slings and arrows. Why didn't Charlie? Because he was in on it. He took the money. And, it's a shitbag. That's it.
Well, we'll see.
And there was a video that somebody went on and asked him on his own show, Charlie's show, and was asking him all these questions about it. And he was just, oh, so you're a domestic terrorist. Oh, you got arrested on January 6th. Oh, so you're a domestic terrorist. It's like,
yeah, I saw that.
Just like, it's all, projection. Oh, so you're the terrorist because you got arrested. Well, where were you? And you start seeing that, oh, well, he said, well, my White House insiders say that he's going to take it back to the States and all this. It's like, no, it was all set in stone that it was going to go as it did. So who caused this? Because you want to say Antifa and everything like that. It's like, no. You've got all those assholes dressed up in the khakis and the white shirts. There's your Mormons. Then you have everybody else. Then you look at the Caroline Wren, hers, and all the permit that they were not supposed to. They were all supposed to say at the ellipse. They're not supposed to. At no time were they supposed to go to the Capitol during that. So 10:30 in the morning, that Ali Akbar gets there, and what does she do? 10:30, she walks them right to the Capitol. Well, I didn't know. Yeah. Well, why don't you go ask Kimberly Gafoye then? Because she was in on it too. That ugly bitch. God, she was homely. I wouldn't let Louis even go by her. I don't think Louis would. Louis smart like that. He ain't putting his shit. And also, there's a Tyler Oliveira thing we're going to watch later. I think you guys might want to tune in. Because this Curious Joel, this enclave in New York that's filled with Jews, the Orthodox fucks. Did you know that over 70% of them are on Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, everything? And they have fucking families that are 16, 18 people deep?
Yeah, it's not necessarily the Orthodox, it's the Hasidim. The Hasidim, and they do not, like, you've got the different levels, if you will, of religiousness. So like the Reform Jews are just people that it's more cultural than anything. And then you have the conservative, they're a little more observant. The Orthodox are very observant. But then you've got the Hasidim, which are like unto themselves. Like they're completely unto themselves with a whole different way. And those are the ones that have, and I don't know, it could be the Orthodox community too in those communities. But yeah, 4,000 kids, and they're on all government assistance, and they know how to work the law so that it never traces back that they
Yep.
have. Yeah.
Yep. And they say, oh, no. Well, what do the men do? Well, we study Torah all day. Okay, then do you work? No. Does wife work? Yes. Where? And then they walk off.
Yeah. But let me tell you something. They have businesses. You just can't find them. They have businesses. They have a lot of money. You know, like I remember when I was in the toy business in the late 80s, and we were working with a lot of the just wholesalers, you know, that would not necessarily wholesalers, like when you had things that you wanted to get rid of, you know, like like at the end,
Like clearance. Yeah, like a clearance thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I remember one time I was young, right? I was young, and my sales manager was a little older than me, and he was sort of like, you know, I was learning. Anyway, I go with him on this sales call, and he goes, listen, I don't want you to be offended. He's like, he's not going to shake your hand. And I was like, I don't care. So we go into this disgusting little dirty freaking office in his house or wherever it was. And he's like fat, smelly, hairy. And he goes, I'm sorry, but I can't shake your hand. And I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God I can't shake my hand. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Yeah. You know why, right? Because I could be dirty.
You're goyim.
No, not just that. I'm also a woman.
Yeah.
So it could be that time of the month and I'm dirty.
But then they're the ones that on Friday night, you know, Shabbat Shalom, you know, make sure everything's on so you can't twist this, twist that, and then they come up with it's like the Mormons do the same thing with their underwear. And then come to find out that on their underwear, they have a compass over one nipple and a square over the other nipple embroidered in.
Really?
It's fucked up. We got videos. It's that Allison Greenfell. She left the Mormon church a lot, and she taught in Utah for 9th grade. She left after a year because the Mormons, all they did was yell faggot and the N-bomb, and that's all they did.
Really?
Real nice. I mean, that's what you want out of kids that, you know, I mean, if we were saying that we were kids, you know, we get lit up. You know, I mean, even though back then, you know, we could say retard and shit like that. You know,
right, but you know what? Even in school at that time, like, or at the schoolyard, you did what you had to do. Your teachers still didn't they didn't let you get away with it because it was still name calling, right? Like, stop. They didn't it wasn't political correctness. It was just like, okay, that's not nice.
Yeah.
Don't act like that here.
But they're Mormons, so you can't tell them anything. It's like, well, I mean, I have a feel every religion's all bullshit. Even Christianity, all of them.
And Jesus was the first one to say that.
Christ
so why is it?
Yeah. So if Christ appears in the New Testament, then why does anybody read the Old? I mean, it's all doomed, and that's the one they worship. It's like they worship the God of that Bible. It's like you shouldn't be worshiping. We're told you shouldn't be worshiping anybody, but they conveniently took those out so that they could push their obedience,
control.
You know, yeah, it's all it is. You know, you can't get to heaven until you go through the priest. Whoa, wait. The only way to the Father is through Christ, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't say, oh, you have to go to this pastor or this pope that's a vicar of Christ. It's like, fuck are you?
Well, what about I don't know, because I was raised Catholic, so I don't know too much about other areas of Christianity, but like you have to get the kid baptized right away because God forbid that child dies with original sin.
And the original sin is being born. That ecclesiastic, they said that the worst thing that for humanity is even existing. And they left it in there. It's like, what?
I know. So, and I remember my uncle, when he was very like anti-religion, but he was very spiritual, you know, with God. So when my little cousin, there's like 20-year age difference, when she was born, he didn't do a Catholic baptism. Like he had a celebration, you know, when she was born, right? And my grandmother went nuts, and he was like, "But what original sin does this kid have?" And she's like, she was all up in arms. Now, I think she was up in arms just because it was her culture, right? You got to figure some of these old timers, they don't even know.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the culture, and now you're asking them to accept something that's different. But yeah, no, that was like a big freaking fight in the family because he wouldn't do it, like in the church with the Catholic priest. But it just is meant to empower us and cut off that connection that we have with Source, with God. And you know, you have to. I mean, I could go to confession every week after doing heinous things, but it's okay.
Just carry on doing them. Carry on doing them if you went to confession.
Marys and 7-hour fathers and
yeah. But then again, why are you confessing your sins to a human?
Well, that's a whole other.
That's
because he's connected to God, you know.
Yeah,
because you can't go there yourself.
Yeah, you can't connect to God. No. Right. What do you think you're doing? Trying to connect to God?
Right.
Silly.
Right.
I had that. Oh.
There are only two religions. Pepe Deluxe tweeted about that. Cain or Abel. Either you are good or evil. Yeah. That's it. You're on one side or the other.
They don't want us to know that.
And so when they say, like, didn't Christ he kicked all the money changers out of the church?
That's right.
So then you create a prosperity gospel that you basically have all this money pouring into. It doesn't make a lot of sense at all. It just doesn't. I mean, I've got so many articles here we're going to go over like later on by Sunday, and Jews are involved in illegal organ trafficking all over the world. Israelis deep in the organ trafficking. Romanian babies be united with adopted parents in Israel. I mean, and then Romania buying. So they bought the Iron Dome system from Israel. Why? Remember when we asked for it? The codes and all that? And they're like, oh, no, we can't. Why? We paid for it. So now you're going to sell it to Romania. Well, what's in Romania?
Right.
Right? All these NATO bases. NATO's been doing all the child trafficking through the U.S. Army. I mean, there's bad factions of every part of our military.
And I would venture to say, just common sense, did they really sell it to Romania? Or are they making it look like that? Because they're not going to let go of control.
Nope. And the thing is that you look at Romania with all the child trafficking and everything, that's right by Ukraine. You know, remember, they're wanting that second. Remember, as soon as Israel's demolished, they're like, oh, we'll just go to India. Oh, we'll go leech off somebody else. That's all they do. They go place to place and they leech off of that said group. I mean, hell, even the highest reports, you know, I mean, we have all those. You know, they're bragging about how, you know, welcome the stranger, protect the refugee, right? Then why is it 0.06% have been accepted into Israel? Because they're like, oh, our asylum process is way difficult. It's like, huh, that's odd. In America, you just walk right through because you guys funded it. I mean, Israel's going to get lit up like the fucking 4th of July. And well-deserved. Because people say, oh, but there's innocent people. Oh, there were innocent people in Beirut in 82. There were innocent people in 9/11. There were innocent people during COVID. Where do we stop? There are innocent people on, you know, June 8, 1967? USS Liberty?
Right.
No.
Although I totally agree with you, I don't think that it's going to go down quite that way.
Oh,
You
peace
do?
through strength, right? Oh, yeah. We have those 1,800 MK-84s that are still unaccounted for. Where are they? They didn't use them in Iran. And where are the other bombers? They said 3 one way, 7 the other. You only bought 3 back. Where are the other 7? I mean, all throughout this, it's like Israel's saved for a reason not mentioned here. Well, if they find out that they created a COVID vaccine that's going to kill everybody, well, that's going to be a fucking nice little charm right there, too.
Yeah, but from a military standpoint, don't you think it would be better to let the people just have the information so that they all turn on Israel? I
Nope.
mean, right now we've been fed, not us, but,
Yeah.
everybody's been fed this narrative about how Israel's our friend, Israel does this, Israel does that, Israel's a victim. What if it all comes out? They truth bomb all this stuff out, and then everybody says, what the fuck have we been handed all these years? To me, that's more effective, because now you're not going to be able to who's going to believe them no matter where they go.
But the problem is that they're still able to go. So they're still they still have their weapons caches. They still have all their people.
Well, that they might take out. I mean, clearly.
No, they all need to die. In Israel, wipe the whole thing out. Remember, he said peace through strength. Not what he said, Palestinian, and he said Gaza. He didn't say shit about Israel surviving.
Right.
You cannot have Israel surviving. If you want peace in the Middle East, the only time peace has been in the Middle East is without an Israel. And now when you look at, they're going to have Uganda and Madagascar, it's like, well, wait a second, I thought the homeland was there. No, because what would you do? Send people over there. It's like, well, what resources can we take? Right? Because they needed someplace that was actually next to the ocean or water, because if you're a landlocked country, I mean, you're basically fucked.
Right.
But they wanted Israel because that whole area is evil. Full of Dome of the Rock, all that shit, it's all fucking evil. I mean, look, all these fucking Muslims, they run over there and they run around the Kaaba. The Black Cube.
Yeah.
Why?
It's all Satan. Saturn, isn't it?
Yeah. The pillars of Satan. They go and throw rocks at him. It's like, so you're showing reverence to Satan. Because he's like, yeah, toss flowers at me. He's like, no, fucking, take all your hate and disgust out on me, because I know 1,000 of you motherfuckers going to die on the way in, because they all get trampled and everything. Just to see a little black rock. And they think black rock, it's like, oh, Blackstone, oh, they're all involved. Dumb.
Yeah. Wow. What a load of information today. Amazing.
Yep. So much. What a great show.
Yeah. Now you're back on for Friday Night Fucker again tonight, aren't you?
Yeah. 2 hours, 15 minutes. We wrapped up last night at like a little after 1 o'clock.
Wow.
So, but we went through a lot of stuff yesterday.
Yeah, I bet you went through a lot of the stuff we were talking about today, yeah?
And more. I mean, we were picking everything apart. Going back to the old school days where limited videos, ton of information. Okay, so, well, can't do shit with it just sitting here, can we? What's you gonna do? It's just gonna,
Yeah, I did see Miss B put a comment in there at the start somewhere saying, sorry, Jason, I'm trying to catch up. You're keeping me busy.
Oh, well, and they're keeping us busy, but we want to get out as much information as possible on everything and let everybody else make their own decisions.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I am not saying it all. Follow what I'm saying. All we're doing is putting the stuff out there and I do not want to corrupt anybody's mindset or anything like that. all I could say is, from my honest opinion, from the research that we've done, there's a lot of motherfuckers got to die. That's it.
I said to Elisa the other day when we were talking privately, I said, Jason would agree, no one should take what we say as gospel truth. We're all out here trying to put the information out together. It doesn't matter who you are. Everyone should get involved, join us, comment, do their own research, put the information out to your other people, because we're all on the same side here. And the sooner all this information gets out, the sooner we win this.
Yeah, and just because we've come to certain conclusions on our own, it may not be the same conclusion someone else comes to by looking at the same research, you know?
Yeah. And the thing is, like, well, what they need to do is, that's when you bring all your research together. It's like, okay, what do you have? This is what we have. Exchange it, and because that's all it is. I mean, you know, it's like the whole Erica Kirk thing. It's like they threw that at us, and like a bunch of people jumped on it. And we jumped on it too, but it really aggravates me that, you know, I felt bad. And I'm like, oh man, poor Charlie. And come to find out, you start looking at this, it's like, we weren't given the correct information on that either.
Right. Yep.
Well, unfortunately, it takes an event like that to really dig on it, doesn't it? You know, something else might happen tomorrow that we've got no idea about. And we'll dig on it, and in a week's time, we might have a fucking completely different opinion of someone else we, you know, think is out there putting a good word out.
Yeah,
some people we think are good will be bad, and some people we think are bad will be good. And there is a lot of people acting out there.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing about our shows is that if you have like a 9-to-5 job, or if you can listen, I mean, you could spend your whole workday just listen to one show.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and just, I mean, I look at like a lot of people, they do like 10-minute shows and all that, and they're getting like 50,000, 100,000 views. I'm like, but what are you really learning in that 10 minutes? It's like you're just getting a brief synopsis of it, but how are you putting it all together? How are you connecting this with that?
Yeah.
You know, you have to be able to connect. I mean, I'm not saying everybody, but as long as we as a consensus can actually sit here, because there's a lot of people that are way better at this shit than me. Way better. But we're all on the same team.
Exactly.
Like at the end, we just want to win. We want what's best for everyone. If people got to go, they got to go. But we need to know who else is in here with us.
Yeah. You know, I've had people say to me as well that, Stu, your videos are too long sometimes. Most people out there have only got a short attention span to watch videos of 3 minutes. I think, well, they're not the people I'm after, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
You know, if you haven't got any time to fucking put any effort in at all to watch what we're doing and dig into it yourself, go and watch someone else. You know, go and watch a 1 minute TikTok video and things like that.
Yeah. And go get stuff from somebody that's not even reputable. Just somebody just fly off the handle saying that, well, this person said this. Like, did you look into it?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Just a quick announcement, right, Stu, about our get together tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it's Friday. We're having a little chat. Anyone in the chat wants to come on, you're more than welcome. I shall make an upload this evening, posting the We Not Me, chatting anywhere. Anyone can come on. I think we can have up to 10 people. We've had Brett on. I'm joined last week. I think Elisa's going to bring someone on this time. Anyone that wants to come, if you don't want to show your face, that's absolutely fine. You know?
Yeah. If you can't, send me an email. Because Dina's going out of town tomorrow morning, so I can join in.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
So I guess it's 9 to 11 Central.
Okay. Yeah, it gives her something to listen to when she's on the road, too.
Oh, yeah, brilliant.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, brilliant. Well, look, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
I always look forward to these Fridays. I don't have to do a lot. I don't have to do a lot, if I'm honest with you. Just listen and move a few screens about. That's brilliant with me.
Me neither. It's just whatever we didn't pick up last night, we just start bringing ahead, and we want to make sure that everybody has a base and the documents that if they want to go research something, hey, here you go. And oh shit, hold on a second. Hold up, I got one more site I want to put in. Oh no, this one.
That's good. I mean, let me just say, because I said to Elisa, we want to, our show, we want to do something for people that have been doing this for years, and also people that are new coming in and finding out this information. We want to try and make the language, but obviously our Friday show, we go a bit, that's why it's called Deeper Dives, and it's so interesting.
Okay. 1 second here. Home. So this is adarapress.com. This site has a ton of shit. I mean, December 25th, 2024, neo-Nazis admit to training with PLO Fatah in Lebanon. I mean, oh. So there's one article, I'll wrap it up with this one, but yeah, if you scroll down a little bit more, Stu, right there, up a little bit, right there, 67, the CIA was condemned for funding anti-Israel activism on over 100 U.S. college campuses in the tune of $2.3 million since 1951.
That's right, man.
So how does that work?
Yeah.
Because the whole time, Israel and the CIA have been conjoined.
Yes.
So how is it now that they're like, oh, yeah. Now think about the anti-Israel activism on the college campuses today. Who's funding it? Cover your ass, right? It's always anti-Israel group, anti-communism. No, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's all reverse. Whatever they say, just think opposite.
Yeah.
It's an upside down world.
100%.
Good time.
You can't go wrong if you do that, really. Whatever the mainstream media are telling you, think the opposite. Anyone.
Yes. All right. Well, I'm so glad you're going to join us, and hopefully Dina will tune in.
Oh, she will. Guaranteed.
Good.
So have you got Jason's email address? Because we normally send the links out in the WhatsApp group.
Oh, you can send it to Dina and she can send it to me.
Yeah, perfect. All right. We'll do that. As soon as I've done it tonight, I'll put it in there this evening, Jay.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you so much. Love you
Thank
guys.
you. Love you too, guys.
Yeah, love you. Love you. Love everyone in the chat. Where
Yes.
we go, when we go all. And
Yes.
we'll see you soon.
You got it,
Take
guys.
care, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
This is the difference between the power of our Creator and anything else, particularly evil. That you can go into a pitch black room full of evil, full of darkness, and light a little candle, and instantly that darkness flees. But you can't do the opposite. You can't go into a well-lit room full of truth and wisdom and righteousness and joy and health and harmony with the universal power. And you can't take any amount of darkness and go into that well-lit room and have any effect whatsoever. That is the metaphor which I frequently think of when I think that I'm not empowered. It is the greatest lesson for me, and I think for everybody else, to know that we're on the winning side and that we win in the end.